Happy Thursday night, Funsters! Dan is here with the legendary, the esteemed, the excellent Mr. J Mo. How are you this evening, J Mo?
Dan, I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing, buddy?
How's the momentum going these days? How are you doing, brother?
We can barely contain it. That's where I'm at with it. We can barely contain the momentum.
Well, you've been doing awesome on the shows, the BYBs, the stuff. I need more of the car shows. I need more. I'm having like withdrawal. My mornings aren't the same when I have my morning coffee and I don't have a morning JMO. I need my morning Joe and my morning JMO. It's like
That's
chocolate
fair.
and peanut butter together, man. I need. Can you do it for me? Can we get a morning? Can we get some morning videos like once every other day, maybe, or something?
Yeah.
I
I just gotta make them. I gotta make them wane for it a little. Every now and then you gotta. I'm taking a hiatus. That's what I heard is the way to do. Is Chad taught me.
Okay, well, JMO, you gotta work. You gotta watch out because there's a new sheriff in town, my friends. Have you heard of the Tommy Jordan?
I have. I did. I saw a little bit.
Tommy, we could. I don't want to blow up Tommy too much. I don't want him to get his head too large. But Tommy is making moves out there. Tommy's making videos. He might be a new guy on the scene. Some people are saying he might be next. So, Tommy, thank you so much for the Fiverr, the super sticker. I appreciate it, brother.
He's going to be on the list, I think.
See, I'm not like Chad. I got my Roadcaster, but I'm not dependent on all the things. I don't have them all ready to go. So I got to get better at that. We're going to work on that. But thank you, Tommy, the Tommy Jordan, not Tommy Jordan. He is the Tommy Jordan. Check him out on YouTube. Tommy, by the way, if you got a YouTube you have a YouTube. If you got a Twitter or anything, hit us up. Let us know let us know how we can find you. Definitely want to send you the link sometime. You want to come on. Would love to have you pop on the show and learn more about you, brother. Did Dan get demonetized? No. You can still do supers. Tommy just pop one. Maybe Panhandler, maybe your credit card isn't working these days. Maybe that's why it's not going through. But
I wonder if it's because I'm doing mine. Maybe.
Oh yes, yeah, Panhandler. If you want to send some money, you got to come over to mine. You're on the JMO channel. You got to come over to my show. By the way,
I got demonetized.
He's oh you did?
No, I haven't
been. You weren't monetized. Well, we gotta get you monetized. Where are you at for subscribers right now, JMO?
I'm very low, Dan. I've actually lost subscribers this week. I think I've done something to upset people. I don't know what I did, but I believe I'm at 370, somewhere around there.
Okay. And what is it? It's 500 now that you have to get to get monetized?
I'll get there when I earn it.
Okay. Well, let's get the follow. You got to get in the algorithm, do the videos, do the appearances, have what's his face, Quad talk you up a little bit. We'll get you there. It'll happen. All right, God, where's the list? It's coming. The list is coming.
God, that's where it's at. Up your.
I gotta get the informalities out of the way here. I gotta set the stage because this is gonna be list. This is not gonna be a clip show tonight. Although I may play some Shmuel Buckman clips just because I want to, or maybe even a Chad because Chad's freaking out. But $10 from Panhandler, $10. Boomer fine for not knowing which channel I was on.
You're raking in the big bucks now, Dan. You're raking in the big bucks now.
Thank you, Panhandler. Thank you for supporting the show, even though you're a friend of the Shmuel Buckman program and you're probably a double agent like Sam Bibley.
He's a co-host.
I know. Exactly. And he's going to be he's reporting back to Buckman. I know how these things operate. You send your guy over to check it out, see what Dan's saying, and Tommy Jordan subscribing to JMO right now. Thank you. So you can see Tommy. It on the scroll at the bottom. It's JMO Inc. or J_Mo Inc. _Inc. whatever.
Just click me right here.
Yeah, Buckman has his eyes on everybody. The eyes can't stay into his head. So follow JMO. There he is. Hi, JMO. So what we're talking about tonight, the theme of tonight's show. I don't want to beat around the bush because let's be honest, it's been a slow week, slow month. I think we're in that transition period from summer's over, guys. It's over, even though there's been some warm weather up here in the Northeast. It's over. It's getting cold. The first frost is rolling into New England this weekend. We got a nor'easter. We got a fucking nor'easter coming from fucking Cuba, kid. So
snow on the roof.
Yeah. We're gonna be fucking plowing our fucking streets. So shit's over. Summer's over. The party's over. It's time to batten down the hatches. Get your hoodies going. Get the comfy clothes. I was out doing some shopping. Got some new fucking new footwear. Some comfy sandals and things like that for around the house. Stuff like that. It's that time of year. We're transitioning. We're just like Ava Reza. We are at a transition period right now. We are moving on to bigger and better things, but that means that there's time to create storylines and create drama and find out where people sit in the pecking order. This is a good time for navel gazing in this world that a lot of us like to do, about talking about this thing of ours and where do we fit in the big picture. So this week, the top 200 list came out. JMO, what did you think when you heard about, or when did you hear about this top 200 list? How did that come to your attention?
I don't know. I can't remember who it was that shared it. It might have been Dave, honestly. I don't remember, but somebody shared it. And I didn't think I was on it, so I didn't even open it and look. I seen how complex it was, and I was like, I'm not even on this. I'm not even gonna invest the time. But then I found out I was on it, and so I kind of looked, and I think I understand the premise, and I think a lot of people probably opened it up, saw A, B, C, D, E, F, and was like, "Oh, F is bad, A is good," and rightfully so, because that's how things go usually. But
Yes,
these are like little categories, and once you understand that, it makes it a little bit easier to follow, I think.
Yeah, there was a lot of people jumping to conclusions. They were, oh, I got a D. I'm a D lister, and I mean there is a little bit of that, but really it's about categorization, and it was done by artificial intelligence. And Dang Lizard, who was a very reputable gentleman, took the leadership. If Shmuel Buckman had done this, I would have been a little bit, concerned about if it was on the up and up. But I have no reason to think that Dang Lizard is not an impartial judge of things. Now, there's going to be a lot of controversies. In fact, there's already a lot of there's people that are saying, "Where's Gina Bobina, FK Mommy? Where's all these different people? Like, why, and why are there dead people on the list and people that are alive and so on and so forth?" So there's and we, if by the way, if you've seen anything that people that are missing, put them in the chat. Please share in the chat any big omissions that you're seeing, anybody you think that got screwed, anybody you think shouldn't be on the list. Please share them in the chat. Please super chat them. We'll definitely read it if you super chat, but try to put it in the chat. We'll try to read them. But tonight's going to be about an analysis. I'm going to take stock because I really believe in this list. Some people, are poo-pooing it. Oh, it's, no, this is as close to a legitimate list. I would almost call it a power rankings even that we've seen up to this point of the Dabbleverse. So these are real numbers. These are real people, real characters, and a real hierarchy and where people fit in the pecking order. And, people have to acknowledge it. People, I am I where I would like to be? I'd love to be higher, but I'm also happy that I'm even made the list. So, there's sort of that, like, you kind of got the participation trophy. I was happy when the first list came out. So for this week, for those who are watching, Dang Lizard dropped the top 100, and I went through there and I was, ooh, I'm not in there, and I don't think I'm anywhere close to being in there. So it was a little down in the dumps, but I wasn't, but honestly, I know that I'm a peripheral character. I'm a niche show, and I kind of like that. I kind of like my place in the thing. JMO, you're a guy, but you're kind of a niche guy. Would you say? Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, I'm a nobody, and I'm new too, so it's kind of like That's why I had no expectation of even being on the list. Like I showed up in July. I have no business being on any lists.
Yeah, I mean, you're a rated rookie. I mean, you're number one with a bullet, but there's been people that have been around for a very long time, so it's not totally surprising that you wouldn't be on the list. Well, then they showed the second the 100 to 200, and then some of the names started popping off, and it was very interesting to see where people fell. I personally find the bottom 100 to be more interesting and more compelling of a story.
Obviously,
for various reasons, because there's a lot of people that we interact with and a lot of us do shows with. So, but I have been happy as a pig in shit. Part of the reason I'm happy is how emotional people get about this, because frankly, it's, there's an arbitrariness. I mean, there was some thought put into how the rankings were done, people's influence, how many people they have on their shows, how many, what their Q rating is on Social Blade and all these different things. I'm sure Playboard numbers played a role in some place. So, but to be in that ranking, I mean, is quite the thing. So I'm very happy. Final Boss, I'm sorry, I don't believe you made the list. Final Boss, are you in it? If you are, let me know what your number is. We're going to go through and we're going to try to call out some people. Vagina Wrinkle, I don't think you made the list, but I think you're somebody that would be worthy of top 200. So it's hard. Like, where do you draw the line? Like, and how especially like chatters, how influential are they to get in there? And Jessica Flatcat is like at 90, and then there's some other people that aren't there. So it's very interesting. So without further, I'm going to shut up now. Let's get that on the screen and let's start talking through a little bit about the algorithm and the thought that went into creating this list. And then we're going to go through, we're going to analyze, we're going to go through names, we're going to go through where people fit into the hierarchy. And yeah, no Dechwa. That's another one. Thank you, Blue Sky. Where's Dechwa? Where the fuck's Dechwa? You should have been in there, I think. All hot chicks should be on the list. If you have a hot avatar, even if you're fake, and not that Dechwa is a fake avatar, if you have a hot chick avatar, you should be in the top 200 as far as I'm concerned. So and good. Luckily, there were some that were good. Dechwa, I'm good. Okay. Well, maybe you're going to be in the top 250 when they go down the list, or maybe they'll update this every 6 months, and then we'll see like where people. Like Dan went up 10 spots and Shmuel Buckman fell 5 spots. Like that'll be kind of a funny analysis to see if they run it again. But here's the methodology that went into doing the list, shall we call it, the top 200, the list. So there were 6 categories, 6 groupings of individuals and how they were rated. So there was deferential treatment to the A list, which are mainstream household names. Now you're going to see this list and you're going to say, Dan, is this person really in the Dabbleverse? And to that, I would say probably not. Like, is Lisa Lampanelli in the Dabbleverse? No. But a lot of these people are adjacent to the shows that the Dabbleverse derived from. So the Howard Sterns, the Ron and Fez's, the Opie and Anthony's. So a lot of these people are associated with those shows and those characters and are in those communities. Like Nick DiPaolo used to be on Opie and Anthony. So he's on the list, and some other people that you'll see. So the real A are these household names, celebrities, famous people that you've probably heard of, but are they really Dabbleverse? Some maybe, some not. B, well known in comedy and legacy radio. So this is where you start to get into people who are comedians like the Bob Levy's of the world, who truly are kind of Dabbleverse type characters. Some more so than others, but have an adjacency because of the comedy or radio world that they came from. So they got a B rating. So if you're a B, you feel like you're probably a little bit better than everybody else because you're like, oh, I'm legit. I'm a real comedian. I'm a real radio person. So the B people, they're going to definitely be a little full of themselves. Then we get to the C category, cult or strong podcast presence. So that's when you get to the real heart of the matter of like Dabbleverse. So these are like the Meltons, the Carls of the world, the people that are, the long-standing people that have been in this world, people that everybody knows and are sort of I like to call them the gatekeep. This is the gatekeeper category. These are the people that are holding guard and really don't want any piece of the pie taken away from them because they are established. They've been around and they've got the skins on the wall. So that's who they are. Then you get to the D category. These are the core Dabbleverse people. So these are also people that are going to be full of themselves because they're like, well, I'm in the Dabbleverse. I'm not some fringe niche person. I'm actually in it, which to that I would say D, I'd almost rather be F than D, to be honest, because D, you're kind of not really that strong of a presence. You're just kind of a loser. So the D people, the D is like a loser category. Those are people that have found their way into the Dabbleverse, but not because they're famous or that they're popular or they're, they haven't gotten any success for any reason. They just have glommed on to the Dabbleverse. So that's kind of the loser category. E is the whack pack and parody fixtures. These are people that are, a lot of them are mentally challenged individuals and people that have mental illness. They go into that category. And then lastly is the F category, the micro niche streamers and clippers. That's the J-Mo and Dan category. That's the Tommy Jordan category. That's who we're talking about. The niche, the people, the grinders, the people that are trying to make a name for themselves. Maybe we're not getting 100 live viewers, but we're putting out a product that we can be proud of. And and we're on the peripherals. We're adjacent to everything. But we're having a good time. We're having a good time. We like what we're doing, and we're in the F category. So that's the categorization. So with that said, let's start at the top of the list, because the top of the list, honestly, you're going to kind of rule out a lot of these. They're really people you'll recognize, but really for the sake of our argument, it's not really that important because they're not really involved in the shows or the stuff that we like to follow. Although, you might watch their podcast or something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. Their name must have come up at some point. My guess is through the algorithm that this thing used is these people have been brought up at some point, and so because of that, and then that equaled with their notoriety is what boost. You know what I mean?
Yes,
that would be my guess anyway. Because
I don't know what Dang Lizard put in to get this output, and really it's information in, information out, crap in, crap out. So he probably could have carved out some of these top people. So like this top 200, it's not really the top 200 people in the Dabbleverse. It's pretty much the top 100 in the Dabbleverse and the top 100 people that inspired the Dabbleverse almost, or the top 75 people that inspired it and the 125 people that are in it. So to be in it, even as an F, category, that's a pretty big thing. So you should be happy about that. Deb is very happy about, she's a proud F lister. F in the grouping, but A in our hearts, Deb. And Deb actually, you'll find out, is actually higher than me on the list. So so Deb and I, so I'm very upset about that. DJ Electrify and someone I don't believe is in the list. That's another one. I think that is a massive oversight because Hack Ride I saw was in there and Luigi. So I think there was a little bit of one thing I've noticed. There's a little bit of misogyny with the list. I think there were a lot of ladies that were overlooked in the list. So we're gonna call that out. But yes, there is a list. So let's start at the top. And you're gonna see these names and you're seeing a lot of them pop up. These are folks that are not really the Dabbleverse, right? These are the Joe Rogan crew, Dave Chappelle. So like A-list stand-up comedians. There's a lot of stand-up comedians, a lot of radio people. You've got TV people, Seth Meyers. I did find it funny that Neil Brennan is at number 17 above Kevin. So even though Kevin is the number one comedy podcast in the world, he still can't beat out his brother in the Dabbleverse rankings. So he'll always 20. Be not even top 20. So he'll always be behind. You'll see, a lot of radio luminaries, the Kumias, the Nortons, the Artie Langs, then some of our favorite stand-ups.
He's not gonna be happy. Kumia beat him. He's not gonna like that. Kumia beat him. I'm seeing here Andy Dick. I want to point out Andy Dick is higher on the list than Kevin Brennan.
Yeah. So you get the picture. This top 25, these are people, other than Anthony Cumia, who is almost above the Dabbleverse, and I don't say that to like blow sunshine up his ass, although if he's watching, hi Anthony. These are people that are not really going to be, Jim Florentine might text with Chad, but that's really the connection. I mean, Big J Okerson has said he watches Dabbleverse.
He's in it.
Yeah.
He's in it.
Okay. Yeah.
His wife damn near represented Ray. I mean, he's in it.
Okay. All right. So okay.
And I think the reason why that even took place is because he was because they do Legion of Skanks at the Stand, and Ray was obviously at the Stand. So I had to guess, but he's definitely all in on. He's been all in for a while too, not just recently.
Okay. All right. I'll go with that. So we're gonna stop there. So that was the top 25. So to be honest, that doesn't really represent the Dabbleverse the way that we want. Now I want to do something a little different. I want to start at the end of the list and work our way back a little and see the I don't want to say the bottom of the barrel, but these are kind of the people that are just barely in the Dabbleverse, at least from the top 200, right? These are the people that they may be on, if they run the list again tomorrow, you might have slipped off. So you're what is like the Premier League of soccer, you might get, taken down to the next level, whatever they call that. So you got to be
musical
on your toes.
chairs. You may not make a chair.
Yes. So let's take a look at the bottom of the list. If I can here. I think this is it. Okay. So there's some names in here that this is where you start to get to the place where you may or may not know who some of these people are. That's how niche we're getting here. So there's Stut Joe Depot. Do you know who that is?
I do not.
Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's start at 200 and we'll go back. Kenneth Pogue, who I know is someone that at least Chow thinks should be higher up on the list. He's a noted DA sporadic activity person. He's kind of an internet character, I believe. I don't really know much about him. People above him I do know. Turbs McGurk, well known in internet circles, and definitely somebody that pops up on shows and also in Discord channels. Yingwei, 2K, and let's talk about Granny. Granny, I would say, is probably moving up the list in the last week, and not for reasons that we would be proud of, but because he's kind of embarrassing himself with his shit cooler and his drinking and some other things like that.
Did you hear him today?
No. What did he do today?
Oh, well, first of all, shout out Mr. Panhandler who joined him today on his program. He was on Granny's program today, and I shared it. But Granny, and I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but Granny did discuss a time where he pissed inside of a convection oven. And I believe he showed his shit cooler. I believe he showed it this time. And what else did he do? Oh, he fucked a banana, and people were real interested in that. Dan, as they would be. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You're probably
people that make love to bananas. That's a compelling story, I would think.
You're probably thinking, oh, like he fucked a banana. Ha ha ha. No, he said he cut the tip off of the banana and fucked it.
Inserted into the.
He inserted his. Now I couldn't tell you. I don't understand the maybe he kept the peel on. Somebody asked him specifically. It was the peel, and he said, "No, I cut the tip of the banana off and I shoved my dick inside." First of all, it seems like there shouldn't be enough space, but that isn't my cross to bear. That was Limmy's cross to bear, but. Apparently he threw it in the river and the fish ate it. But then that's right about the time where he brought on Panhandler. And I might be missing a few pieces to that story, because quite honestly, it was a lot being thrown. And I wasn't.
That's a lot to digest. The lovemaking of a banana and the aftermath, and how things
he was
fit
really
together.
clear. He was very, very clear about like the banana was being fucked. There was no like, let's make no mistake about
Was
it.
there any a cuddling beforehand or any foreplay with the banana?
He did not mention that, but what he did, and I'd like to use a direct quote, he fucked it to pieces.
Okay. So
that's a direct quote.
That's not really lovemaking. That is more animalistic.
Oh, I forgot. And this is the best part. You're gonna love this, Dan. Now I thought Granny, and I think Mr. Panhandler is gonna agree. This was actually my favorite part. While Mr. Panhandler was on, he basically said that he used to just shoot notorious loads onto Lemmy, and she would just try and like roll over and not wipe it off or anything. So she would just like, basically he would just silly string her, and she would just be like, all right, roll right on over, wake up all hot glued to the bed. Now, I cannot confirm or deny that that's true, but if so, that is disgusting pig behavior, and I'm gonna need her not to do that.
Deb has a good comment. We call the banana trick. We call that the Florida fleshlight.
Amen.
Yeah, there's a lot of Florida in Granny. It's.
I had a feel. I didn't know if you saw, because I was like, yeah, he's on the list. He's definitely right. He's above me on that list. He's above me on that list. I feel like a Granny is above me on that list. Has to be. Well,
yeah. Why do we need to know this? Yeah. Blame JMO. I did not. We did not do enough show prep apparently because I didn't know the banana story. But
silly.
Granny's been dropping a lot of knowledge. Typically when you have a long-term relationship with someone, a significant other, and you've made love and you've gone through many experiences together, there's probably a lot of stories, uncomfortable things. There's always maybe an awkward moment or two. Typically, you're not broadcasting that on niche YouTube channels to a bunch of fucking mouth breathers, but here we are. So yeah, we learned a lot about how Lemmy smells and a lot of different other things, and
how quickly she jumped to anal. That was
for bathing rituals. What she will and won't do in the bed, how she performs, and I bet it sounds like it's pretty much confirmed that she's fucking Hack the Movies, right? The large Italian gentleman. So he's hitting that now, and yeah, so just a lot of.
I hope that's what's happening. I mean, at the very least, because Granny's apparently, I mean, he's been doing. He had the Dollar General girl or whatever it was. So Lemmy should be getting out there and getting a little taste.
As it were. Fuck anything. Ain't that right, KB? Jesus fucking Christ. Somebody made a comment before. A couple of things I got to get caught up on. First off, BYB, the quad father, $199. I hope someday people call me $2 quad. I hope they do too. I do.
They won't be calling you two-leg quad, will they?
The trick to becoming $2 Dan is you got to give a lot of $2 super chat. So maybe, send a few more and maybe we'll get you a nickname there, quad. And then there was another comment. KB, DJ Electra, Gina Babina, overlooked, dumb. Lady KB, I believe, is on the list. Number 173? I think she said earlier on. Let me see if I can find it. Or number 174. So Lady KB did crack the top 200. If she wasn't on the list, then I mean, what are we talking about? It would be sorely missed. So let's get back to that the bottom quarter of the list, shall we? And let's continue. Dabbletown, USA. Not familiar with them. American Cupcake and Big Kahuna. Those are the two fat guys, right? Those are the two fat guys that stream sometimes.
I really, honestly, I couldn't tell you. I never once seen it. It's never come up for me. I've seen American Cupcake as a commenter, but I've never actually. DJ
Electra asks, "Who's JMO?" Can you tell the crowd who JMO is, just for those that aren't familiar with you? Who is JMO? What is JMO?
Who is JMO?
Why JMO? How did JMO come here? What is the JMO experience?
We're not doing this shit again, Dan. We're not doing how did J-Mo get here.
All right,
Fuck's sake.
All right, back to the
Catch
list.
up. Catch up, DJ.
J-Mo is next. J-Mo is him. But the Tommy Jordan is coming up fast. So you better be,
Tommy
you better
Jordan
be looking over
is
your
next.
shoulder, J-Mo.
I had my time in the sun.
J-Mo was hot for a little bit. Now he's kind of cooled down. Because I tell you, you gotta, if you want to stay hot, you gotta do those car videos. But don't listen to me. I don't know anything. But as we move up the list, so we got the fat guys there that do streams. Nasty Neil, who we all know, who also was a newer comer in the last year, and he was definitely a little bit of a clout chaser when he first came on the scene. But he's actually turned out to be a really decent guy.
He rated a D now. He rated D. Look at him go.
Oh, he's D level. So that's that may or may not be good. So yeah, so D. Some people may think D is good. I'm not. I'd prefer to be F.
I think D just means like you're well known in the Dabbleverse. Like I think that's essentially, if you had to boil it down to like a quick sentence,
you're not quite. You're above niche, right? It's like you're more established.
Yeah, you're not.
Like you might get an invite on Tuki's show, or Carl might have you on the show. Is that kind of what the difference?
I feel like it's like you're either a co-host or a host of a show for the most part. I don't really think they're putting too many people. Maybe. Well, actually, here you go, Jody B, Po Boys podcast. There you go, D. So I don't. A lot
of these people I've noticed are like BYB adjacent, like Triple G, Spurg Snake, Crumb Bum. I don't know who Fudgicle is. Fudgicle on Dabblers Anonymous.
Well, Spurg Snake, I know, obviously. He's on
Spurg's
BYB.
a good guy. He's a good, decent dude. Have you heard of Fudgicle? Does anyone know who the fuck Fudgicle is? I've never heard of Fudgicle.
Fudgicle 2018. He's a Dabblers Anonymous commenter, so he's only known on Reddit. Yeah. That's handy.
Did ESO make the list? I don't think ESO. I think ESO they bumped him off the list this year. He fell off.
Yeah, he might have been a hashtag that they popped in there to keep out.
We've got Honk the Clown, who we all know from BYB and from Discord and things. Papa Kill, who I can't fucking stand. He's on there. I don't know I don't know if they're Clown. There's some rumors that Clown Town might be breaking up. So stay tuned on that. I don't know. Who knows with those fucking idiots? I mean,
well, I haven't heard any of the rumors. So what's the rumor? Fill me in. Give me the tea, Queen.
I don't. People in the chat. Big W knows everything. If he pops in,
Big W is not going to tell. It's his podcast. Dan, quit. Tell me what's the gossip, man. We came here to spill the tea, baby. We're acting up tonight.
Well, Papa Kill has his own channel now with like 38 viewers or something, and now he's doing. The thing that I don't understand is, okay, so I'm doing my show, and okay, you got 30 people watching or 20, whatever, okay. But, I'm just fucking around.
Same.
But these guys are doing like 7 hour, like 8 hours overnight on a Saturday night. Now, I don't want to be too cocky about my own personal life, but if I was doing 8-hour streams on a Saturday night, I'd probably be looking for a divorce lawyer because, like my wife would be like, what the fuck are you doing with yourself? Why are you getting fucking wrecked on a Saturday night and streaming all night? Now, I know some of these guys are on the West Coast, so maybe the hours are different. Maybe that's part of it, but there's no real good reason to basically have a glorified Discord channel going for 8 hours and just, playing love connection videos or whatever the fuck they do at 5 a.m. I mean, there's been times where I went to bed and they get up and it's 10. We're at the 10-hour mark of Clown Town and they're all telling each other to go fuck themselves and shut the fuck up. And I don't get it. It's not for me. It's not.
I've noticed, not to cut you off, but I've noticed that a lot of people have an issue with that Papa Kill guy. I never had a problem with them, but I could see where people would get irritated with somebody telling them to shut the fuck up or whatever. But I always just talk shit back, and I never had he never had but I always, for the most part, never really had an issue. Like usually he would just laugh it off. So I never really, the times that I was on there, I wasn't on there a bunch though. So maybe if I was on there more, it would have happened. But
y'all have 32 viewers. Yep.
Oh, but what the fuck is the problem? You got a problem?
I'm not, and I'm not gonna go down. I don't want to be labeled transphobic. So I'm not gonna pull a Rob Saul on you or anything. But you're a little bit of a clout chaser, Ava, your name, whatever your name is. You're a little bit of a Dutch door or whatever, French door goes both ways. Not sexually, but just in terms of alliances and what's going to get you a little bit of a rub, Ava. I've noticed, sweetie. I've been watching you. You like to go on shows and say one thing and then go on another show and say something else, sweetie. I know what you're doing, honey. I know your little game. You can't fool me, Ava. Sweetie pie.
Ava's a good egg, but yeah, she is a
And
sneaky Pete. She's a sneaky Pete.
And I'm playing around. It's all fun and games. Nobody hates anybody. We all love each other. It's a big kumbaya. We all hold hands. Shmuel Buckman gives us all a big hug and tells us, we treat it like AA, and we all, tell stories about times we got shit faced. So it's all in good fun. But yes, we got 32 viewers. So yeah, that's why I'm F class. That's why I'm a niche show that I do 2 hours a week, and some people tune in. Some people.
Abba's all in on the Stuttering John thing, and I've just never been into the Stuttering John. So honestly, I would have never even probably stumbled across her had it not been for the crossover. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem. It is what it is. But
if I cared about numbers, I'd play steel toe clips all day, and I'd live stream Stuttering John, and I'm sure I'd have 100 people watching. But I don't really. That's not what the show's about. That's not really what we're doing here. So. That you're gonna want to go over to one of the other shows that does those. You're gonna want to go to the Shuli Network, maybe, or maybe one of the other ones. Are you getting?
Ava's hitting on you. She said you're like a skinnier Bubba the Love Sponge.
Really?
Somebody's
skinnier Bubba the Love Sponge. Are you throwing game at me right now, Ava? What's going on here? Well, I'll take that as a compliment. At least I'm not a fatter Bubba the Love Sponge.
Oh my God, you guys would make a handsome couple. I know she's not into men though, but
yeah, and I'm not really into people that.
Go ahead and say it, Dan. Say it. Say what
I'm
you
not
mean,
I'm not
Dan.
Shmuel Buckman. I'm not gonna. But I also am not like. Hey, MGD is one of my best friends. We DM all the time, but I'm not really looking at her in a sexual way, unlike Buckman, who's checking out her ass. But that's a whole other story.
MGD's great. I like MGD. She cracks me up. Big old feet on that gal, though. She's got some hilarious big feet.
You know what they say about big feet?
She's got some fucking woo. She's got to be a size 13.
Let's talk a little bit about you. Let's get back to the list. All right. We can't let our ADD derail us from the job at hand. All right. So J-Mo clocks in at 184 between Muttering John and Jody B, who I know Muttering John and Jody B sort of. I think I was on a show with him one time. There's also Little Lemmy, Mumbling Nick, Brandon Deff, Dave Sarah, and then Rock Talk Live, and then the lovely Ava Rise and Ashley Cummings and Mr. Panhandler. What do you think about J-Mo? Where do you? First off, were you surprised to see yourself clocking in at 184? And what do you think about where your numbers at? Who you're surrounded by, where you kind of fit into the whole grand scheme of things. What do you think?
I mean, like I said, I didn't even suspect I would be on the list. Just because there's so many other folks to be on there, I suppose, especially when you see Joe Rogan, when you click the list and the first page is Joe Rogan, number one, you're like, yeah, so I'm not on this list, You know what I mean? I honestly, when I clicked it,
did you tell your wife, you're like, honey, I'm on a top 200 list with Joe Rogan and Neil Brennan and Chris Rock.
I told her, honey, contact the newspaper. We fucking made it.
I'm one of the top 200 comedians in the world right now, honey. But I'm not making any money off
it. Honey, I'm on a list with Dave fucking Sarah. Sell the house. We've made it. Sell the house.
Who do you think above you think that you could give a run for the money for? Who do you think who do you think you could switch places with? Do you think you're maybe like I would say like a Brandon Deft? I think JMO. I think you're a little bit. I think you should be higher up on the list than a Brandon Deft. Definitely higher than a Dave Sarah.
I think Brandon Def's been streaming quite a bit here recently. He's doing well. He's doing well for himself. I don't know. Panhandler. I should be higher than him for sure. That little fuck.
Yes, that's a good call.
Parody account. What does that even mean? What is he a parody of?
Ava Riza get the D. She's in the D category. Congratulations, Ava. You made the D category. So that's pretty good. Even Brandon Deft. Look at Brandon, Dave, Sarah, Brandon Deft, Mumbling Nick, and Little Lemmy are D. So I guess they're less niche than yours truly. But like I said, I would rather be in the F category personally. So you got Panhandler, Lady KB clocks in at 174. Fish Lunch 173. Do you know who Pissman is or Pissman? Are you familiar?
I don't. It's
someone
a PCL
if someone knows who
channel.
Pissman is, can they let us know? I'm not familiar with
PCL.
Pissman.
PCL.
Is that PCL? A Jewish name, Pissman?
But what's PCL?
Perry Caravello. Oh, so that's Perry Caravello adjacent. Oh, clip channel. Okay, there. I just answered my own question.
There you go.
Pissman does the Perry Caravello clip channel.
Okay, number 169. Ski Mask Powell. Ant Mead. Not familiar with Ski Mask Powell.
Well, there's this group called Ski Mask Media. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Yes, I'm familiar. Yeah.
And one Jim Stansel. And I'm assuming this is somebody in their little. It's kind of almost like Jackass, right? You know, Jackass had their crew. Ski Mask had the Ski Mask crew. I'm assuming. I don't really know who Ant Mead is, but yeah,
love it. I love it.
Ralph Ciarello, the late Ralph Ciarello. He was the hairstylist for Howard Stern, right? And was in charge of making sure Howard Stern's wig always looked nice. So he's no longer with us. So like I think if they redid this list and took out some of the dead guys, then maybe Gina Bobina gets in there, maybe FK Mommy gets in, some of the other people that were unfortunately.
I'd like to see a list that doesn't have these A-list celebrities that have nothing to do with this universe taken out of it and only have surely there's an algorithm that will just go. And if it does that, I promise you, I'm probably not even on that list because it's probably going to go based on interactions. You know what I mean? Over this time frame, you could go from 2020 to 25 because you could argue that some of this content goes all the way back to 2020. I mean, Compound Media and all that, all the way back. So, and then just get an algorithm together that tells you exactly who.
So Dave is happy. Some people are saying Dave should be higher on the list. People are saying, congrats, Dave. Good job. Dave clocking in at 179. I do love that we have people in the chat that are on the list. So Ava was in the chat, 177. Dave, 179. KB in the chat, 174.
Dave Sayre's doing so good, he quit his job. Okay, so he should be higher.
Yeah, well, now he's got more time, so hopefully Dave can go up the list. I mean, they're going to be up. OG Bumbling Nick in the chat at 181. Congratulations, Mr. Nick. Mr. Blue Sky is going to be higher up on the list here in a moment. We're going to get to him. Any other final comments on this last part of the list before we get to because we're going to get to the meat of the, not to put anyone down that's on the lower tier. Congratulations to all of you. To make it on the list is an accomplishment all of itself.
It really is. I'd like to thank all of you personally.
Oh, Deadfool in the chat. Deadfool clocking in at 168. I love it. I love people are now people are showing up that are on the list. So congratulations, Deadfool. Scott DePace and Ralph in the list.
Deadfool should absolutely be on the list. Absolutely should be on the list.
We're going to see where Mr. Blue Sky is. He's pretty high up on the list. So
let's get to that next page. I'm ready.
All right. Okay. So let's get off of that. All right.
Let's get off this. Let's get off the bottom half, the lower tier, as it were. Let's get into our Let's get into the belly of it.
All right, so now we're gonna go to
the right below Joe Rogan, but just above Deadpool. That's where we're going. You're right above Deadpool, but just below Joe Rogan. That's where we're about to look at.
Yes. All right. So all right, that should be the list. Okay, so once again, it's going to kind of continue a little bit on some of the names. Now you're going to start to see people that are a lot closer related to the Dabbleverse once we get into this part of the list. So we've got some of the Legion of Skanks guys: Dave Smith, Louis J. Gomez, Dan Soder, another well-known comedian and actor, Dave Landau, formerly Compound Media and Blaze TV and other things, Gavin McGinnis, Vice and Compound. So now, as you see, now we're starting to get into the Kumia orbit, the Compound Media influence.
Nick Rekieta, Bonnie McFarlane, E-Rock. E-Rock is definitely...
E-Rock is a little high for my liking, but we'll get to that in a second. Opie clocked in at 31. That's got to be a little bit of an ego hit for Opie, you know, having been one of the namesakes of Opie and Anthony, and a lot of people have gone above you. And I think this is almost sort of maybe they're doing him a bit of a favor. I don't know if even 31 might be high for where Opie's at right now. Kind of not really killing it these days, but you know,
Carl Hamburger. Carl Hamburger coming in at 42. Look at that.
All right. So yeah, let's skip down. So, okay, let's just call out a couple of the most important people to talk about. Alex Stein, he's definitely Dabbleverse. Nick Rekieta, legal YouTuber, 35. Bonnie McFarlane with her special needs sister. No, I'm sorry. Bonnie McFarlane, you know, we all know her. Rich Voss is her husband. Mike David, Red Bar. So Red Bar is... you know, he's not really Dabbleverse, but he's kind of a little bit, right? Because he's a Melton guy.
He's definitely deeply woven into the lore of Hackverse, Dabbleverse, and all that.
So we got Carl Heberger / Hamburger. Who are these podcasts? Everybody knows who he is. Someone who, you know, has achieved a lot, you know, tying his coattails to Anthony Cumia. But, you know, he's established himself. He's really... definitely one of the pioneers of the Dabbleverse and his show where everybody laughs at each other and it's very highly scripted. But that's his show. It's very good. Patrick Melton. We all know
right
Patrick
below
Melton.
Carl.
Yep.
You hear that, 43.
Pat? And then 44, Kevin Brennan. Wow. So Kevin, even though he has the #1 comedy show in the world on YouTube, he's not above Melton or Carl. He's
right where he wants to be. He's right where he wants to be he's right between Patrick Melton and Bob Levy. That's right where he wants to be.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Bob Levy, right? Yeah, Bob Levy and Don Barris and Perry Caravello. So Kevin Brennan is basically on the same level. You could give or take. Bob Levy, Kevin Brennan, two of the same.
Kirk Minahan.
Not much of a difference. Kirk, yeah, this is where it gets funny. Kirk Minahan.
I mean, Blind Mike, but I mean, Kirk Minahan has never even come up really in this. I mean, other than Blind Mike, maybe.
Yeah, it's almost like backdoored in through Blind Mike, who used to be on.
Who doesn't even talk about Kirk Minahan, the Kirk Minahan show ever on his. Anyway.
Yeah, Kirk Minahan used to be on Boston Sports Radio. I used to listen to him a lot. He's kind of he's kind of a tool, but you know, he's doing well, I think, on Barstool or whatever he does with his show. Blind Mike, definitely Dabbleverse. He has a great show, and he's really kind of carved out a nice niche for himself. Don't really believe that he's blind. People say that he's blind.
Well, he's legally blind. I don't believe he's not fully blind. He's just he can't see very good.
See, I feel like sometimes that's, you know, you might as well call me blind because I'm wearing sunglasses. Like,
I think he's like one of the I think it's like a birth defect or something, but like he's got like bad corneas or something. Like it's like he can see, but like if you were to ask him what it is he's looking at, he's like, I don't know. I think it's one of those deals. Like he can see like
it's like a pinprick of just he can sort of see like light and things moving.
Yeah, probably maybe shapes and shit like that. Like I don't think like whenever like if you've seen old videos of him, like he like when he would type and shit, he would have to have like a magnifying glass. Like he can see, but it's not very good, and it's like he's like legally blind. So
Okay,
he really should be legally
legally
blind.
blind, but wasn't born blind. It's a
Yeah, it's like I think it progressively gets worse over time. Like I think it gets worse.
I just like to goof and just say he's not blind, just to be funny. But
Or
obviously,
maybe somebody
can't see very well. However you want to classify that. Maybe he's not Helen Keller, but he's blind. Helen Keller's the blind one, right? Or is that Anne Frank?
She was blind and deaf.
I used to get Anne Frank and Helen Keller.
Yeah, she was the blind and deaf one. She was what they created Braille for.
Who was Anne Frank? She was the Jewish
Frank
one,
was
right?
she was the one that they hid in the attic. You were close.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
She wrote in a diary. She could.
She had some saucy stories in that diary of hers. That Anne, that saucy little vixen.
Part 2, it was called Flowers in the Attic. If you read that one.
Ah, very good. Yes, good reference.
Thank you. Bubba
the Love Sponge, my skinnier. Well, I'm the skinny version. I learned today of Bubba the Love Sponge. By the way, to me, Ava, that's like. I'm very happy. There was like when Steel Toe called me Tom Likas. I'm like a Tom Likas ripoff. I was like, thank you. Like you're giving me a good kudos. I think maybe you think that's a bad thing, but I'll take it, man. I will take it.
All I heard was skinnier, and I was like, that's great. That's nice. That's actually
wow. The low carbs, the weight must be falling off me. I have lost a couple of pounds in the last couple of weeks. So Ava, thank you for noticing, sweetheart. Wink,
honestly,
wink.
get a drink, Ava. Take a drink. I mean, he's not a piece of meat.
Melton, thank you, Deb. Nice call out. I called in a Melton one time. He's like, that sounds like one of those ex-radio guys. So like people think I'm a radio guy. So I'll take it. Thank you. I will take the kudos. Even if they're radio people that people don't like, such as number 52, Aaron Imholt, former radio guy, Steel Toe Morning Show. So Chrissy Mayer also there, Mersh, Royce. So yeah, so these are we're definitely in the thick of the upper crust of the Dabbleverse. Although I would say Chrissy Mayer, Bubba the Love Sponge is, I guess the only way you would call him Dabbleverse is just because he's on the super tip system. But other than that, he's much more Howard Stern,
Yeah, then you got a bunch of Stern staff, and it's like, all right, that has nothing to do with any of this.
Yeah, now you start to see, exactly, a lot of these Stern people. So, but Mersh and Royce, Mersh definitely, or at least is started to enter the Dabbleverse. Then you get all these Stern people, Benji, JD, Jackie the Joke Man, Fred Norris, Gary, Baba Booey, all these people that you've heard of. Don Simpson, radio legend. I don't really know him that much, but I do know all the Stern guys. Scott the Engineer, Steve Grillo, then Shul, and then I love then the lowest of the low of the Stern people, Shuley and John Melendez, Stuttering John. So they rock in at 64 and 65. So Fez Watley, another deceased person on the list. So yeah, and I'm sure Stuttering John would feel slighted by being behind Shuley and being behind some of these other people. But once again, I think the numbers, if I'm going to be honest, there's a little bit of nebulousness to the algorithmic number system here, but the
number system makes no sense. Well, I'll say it for you. The number.
I'm going to hold to it. I'm holding to it. This is gospel until someone else comes up with a better list. This is gospel. This is the Dabbleverse top 200. So we will read it that way. Now it gets interesting. So now we've got two people that are two peas in the pod: Chad Zumach and Ray DeVito, both 50-year-old children. Both listed as comic/Dabbleverse D list. Then we've got Doomspay, aka Doom, who was in the chat before. He's clocking in at 69. Nice.
Hell yeah, dog. 69.
Nice. I like to think that they did Doom a solid there and gave him 69. It's like, can't give 69 to anybody cooler than Doom. So let's give it to Doom. Then Misery.
It also speaks to the gender ambiguity that goes along with Doom. It's like, the yin and the yang. We don't know. Some people say it's a girl. Some people say it's a boy. I'm pretty sure
Doom is a lady. I've had some off the record discussions with Doom, and I'm confident in saying that I'm 90% sure that Doom is a woman, a female, born female.
What kind of female? Are we talking like a
biological and full female with well endowed beautiful voice. So yes, very, very feminine person.
Ooh la
Now this is
la,
where
Doom.
this is one of the first controversies of the list that I will call out. I mean, I guess there's some other ones you might call out before this, but Doom and Misery Loves Clip 69 and 70. I went through the list and I'm pretty confident saying this. No other Clippers on the list besides Doom and Misery. So no
That's odd. Yeah,
Stallion
no,
19,
so thorough Joe
no
Burrow's
So
not on
Thorough
there.
Joe Burrow. I don't even think Citizen M actually might be on the list, but definitely Stalin and So Thorough Joe Burrow not on there. I don't think there's Real Media Player, although he kind of dropped off for a while. My Lost
Came back
Interest
though.
definitely not on it.
Came back recently. Real media players back in it, back in the game.
So it's bizarre that they would have these two. Although I know Misery Loves Clip is very aligned with Kevin Brennan, so that you've got that, and Doom is definitely one of the top ones. So I'm not saying they shouldn't be on the list, but it's interesting that there's no other clip channels prominently high on the list. And then Husey, YouTuber Dabbleverse, we all know Husey, and he has a great show. You like Husey?
Shout out Husey. We do love some Husey around here.
All right. Any comments before we get on to kind of the last or actually I guess I would call this like the core 100 now. This is really the meat and potatoes. This is where the controversies are, like who's in, who's out, who's above who. This is where it gets really, I think, controversial. Any comments before we get into 73 through the other parts of the list?
I mean, it's like you've already seen Stuttering John, you've already seen Aaron M. Holt. You've already seen a lot of big names, and we haven't even gotten to that yet. So it is quite interesting, like who we're going to see next. Well, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it, considering the names that we just saw. I mean,
okay, that's fair. Yeah, some of the big names have come off the board, so now we're really getting into the
Clearwater Chad is above. All right.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. So like you said,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So this is, like I said, the big names off the board. Now we're getting to the real controversy of this list. Do these people belong where they're listed? And, why are they where they're at? So Clearwater Chad 73. No, nothing personal I have against Clearwater Chad, other than I think he's a complete fucking bore of a person and a bit of a dolt, and I don't really care for his anti-humor. I think it's dumb and stupid. 73. He's putting in the work. I got to give him that. I will give him. I mean, he is always in the chat asking for every link he can get. He's, grinding it out there. He's doing the videos in front of 7-Eleven.
But higher than Stuttering John and Aaron M. Holt in the list?
Well, no, he's not. This is now they were on
we're
before
below
this.
them now. Okay. All right.
No.
Sorry.
But he's above. He's going to be above some other people that are pretty prominent names here.
No, you're right. I forgot we did the other way.
Yeah, we've got the big names are off the so M. Holt, Steel Toe, Melton, all the big shows, Shuley, everybody. Those are all gone. Now we're really getting into the dregs of the Dabbleverse, the people that are probably maybe embarrassed to let people know that they're doing what they're doing, myself included. So that's where we're at right now. So yeah, Clearwater Chad. I don't know about that, but like I said, he puts in the work. United States of Australia, Dean from Perth, good guy, good show. Congratulations. Alyssa Jordana, she's kind of the wacky whack pack type person who used to date Benji from Stern Show. And then does crazy videos where she slaps people. Do you know her, Jay?
Yeah, I've seen it. She's doing like the IRL streams now.
Yeah,
she's got like
seems like she might be a hooker. I don't know what her whole story is, but
she's for sure. Yeah, she's for sure.
You probably could get with her if you flash the right amount of money. Chad Buzamok, parody streamer. So good job, Chad. Once again, maybe high for where I would put him on the list, but kudos. Cracking the top 100, 76. Vinny Paulino, I don't really know him very well, but he's associated with Who Are These Podcasts and some other things, and the Comedy Channel. So so he's there. We got a super chat in the system. Permaseal Finishing, thank you, Permaseal, $4.99. Jiu-Jitsu Chad, Jujitsu.
Sitsu.
Is that how it probably how he pronounces it? Chad is so bad at pronouncing words. I've never seen someone as bad as him. I saw him, heard him earlier today, and a couple of times. He's done it many times. Doxing, he says doxting. Like he adds these extra T's. I don't know if he has a learning disability or what it is, but he is not good at reading or pronouncing words at all. It's very funny to see him butcher words. I've never seen someone that has so much trouble. He almost like he needs to hire someone to read the super chats for him.
Yeah, he's got to get somebody to help sound it out. Just sound it out a bit.
All right, Ski Mask, who is deceased. So, I don't know how that works, but we all know him. Number one in our hearts. Aaron Berg, former co-host with Gino, and then Gino himself, clocking in at 80. I would say that's probably too high for Gino. He's really a non-factor these days. In fact, this show actually gets more viewers on YouTube than Gino does these days. So Gino is 80, but he is dropping like a brick very fast. Brian McCarthy, former with
I get more views than Gino. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, JMO, you're gonna be passing Gino Bisconti very soon. And it would be very interested to see where Gino's betrothed, his wife, ended up on the list. That's going to be very interesting in here in a moment.
Number 5.
Brian McCarthy, who used to be with KB, Anthony Zenhauser from Dabble. Well, he's on Shuli. Mike Bichetti, special needs comedian. Lisa G. I don't know Lisa G. Somebody from Stern.
I wasn't a Stern guy. I don't know.
Now we're getting a lot of those Stern people again. We'll just go through quickly some of the names that will jump out at you here. Carlos Danger, we all know and love, 87. Citizen M. So Citizen M is on the list. So, and I don't know if he does. I guess he does some clips, but he's one of these people that's always around causing trouble. Citizen M, he's out there, so he's on the list. The lovely and beautiful Flat Cat Jessica at 89. Congratulations, Jessica. We love the Flat Cat on this show, so congratulations. She kind of took a little bit of a break, but she's back, and I see her around every once in a while, liking my tweets and things. So congrats, Flat Cat. Stevie Lou, who nobody likes and throws tomatoes at, clocking in at 90. Moody, which is Melton's boy toy from New Zealand.
Who's 91. More than just, I would say he's more than just a chatter. I mean, he's definitely like a pretty integral part to that NLO operation, I think, anyway.
Yeah, and the business side of it, the super tips. So he's a big part of it. And then we've got Bedabbler down here. We've got Lucy Tightbox, High Pitch Eric. It's now we're getting a lot of these whack pack, kind of crazy people. Elliot often Don Jameson, comedian. Pat Dixon, 113. Eastside Dave, 115. Karmic X, who's obviously been a mover and a shaker. TV's Will Heron, and then some other whack pack Stern people. So now we're at 119. So, and I've been building up. So I'm on the next part of the list. But any comments on any of this before we get into really where I wanted to get to? This is really the most important part of the show. This is all what it's about. So for anyone that was, oh, Dan, you're taking too long, you're boring, and yeah, I am kind of boring. But I wanted to get to the part, the Joey C's of the Dabbleverse, the people, the controversial figures, the people that you know and love. The meat, the meat and potatoes, the steak and eggers, the 9-to-5ers, nickel and dimers. We wanted to get to them. The most important, this is the lifeblood of the Dabbleverse. 120 to about 170 or whatever the numbers are here. So let's get to the last part of the list. Without further ado. If I can find it, I think this is it. No, that's not. All right, I got a way to get to it.
It all looks very similar, so.
I know unfortunately they couldn't do it all on one page, could we? We had to do it on a multitude of different pages.
A spreadsheet would have been too much. Tabs.
All right. So this is 120 to 166. So Joey
we
C.
like to call it the Nice Podcast Stupid page.
The Nice Podcast Stupid grouping. That's where we're at right now. A lot of interesting names, a lot of controversy, a lot of butthurt people in this section of the list. People that felt this is the interesting thing about this part. This is why I love this part, not just because I'm on it, but also because this is where emotions run high. This is where people feel like they got slighted, or why is this person above me? I should have been in the top 100, or why am I even on this list? Why are these people where they are? This is where it gets emotional for certain individuals, especially elderly individuals that really want to insert themselves into the Dabbleverse and become the Dabble historian and all those different things. People that are atheists that are in AA who think they know better than everyone else. Those people get very, very emotional about this part of the list. So, so we've got Joey C, who we all know, who's a little bit of a clown. He's at 120. The handsome and tiny Jim Stansel, 121. Another small guy, Hank the Angry Dwarf. So we do have a smattering of some of the whack packers still here in the list. Actually, Hank the Angry Dwarf is deceased, so I don't even know. Like, I would love, they got to take the deceased people out. If you do the list again, Dang Lizard, please, can we take the dead people out? I mean, come on.
You see what Doom just said? That's a hint.
What did he say? I missed it. What if I told you I'm on the list more than once? What if? Whoa. What?
You sneaky big-titted bitch. I love it. Doom, you sneaky big-titted bitch. I love it.
Wow. The mystery of that. That's interesting. Because that makes you think.
Is Deb Doom?
So if Doom is a woman, and there's only so many women on this list, right? And I even was calling it out that it's a very limited female list, but a very beautiful, a very voluptuous woman, very feminine, biological woman. I mean, hell, you might even say Gail Bennington might even fit that. Gail Bennington's a pretty voluptuous woman. She's a sweetheart. Obviously, Lady KB. Deb, my co-host, Kristen Carney, although she's not voluptuous, but maybe I was overselling that just because I want to get in her pants. Jules David, the lovely Jules David. So there's a lot of interesting people, even just on this page alone. So interesting. That's one to think about. Quadfather, everyone's favorite paraplegic, 123. Potato, 124. Gail Bennington, who I just mentioned, from Ron and Fez. Eric Zane. Do you know Eric Zane? I don't really know Eric Zane.
Nope.
I've heard the name, but I don't really know him. Dr. Steve, Fluids. We love Dr. Steve. Corn Diff, the Talking Corn. We love him. OJ the Orange. So yeah, this is where a lot of the talking fruits and vegetables are on this page. It feels like they grouped all the Avatar people that have dancing and talking cartoons all in this same section. Yeah, okay, so this is a controversial one right here. My co-host, Deb, who I'm very happy for. I don't want to have it come off that I'm bitter that my co-host, who has not been on my show in a long time because she's doing her thing. She's going to be back, she says. So, we'd like to take break. On the Nice Podcast Stupid, we like to live our lives and take our breaks and recharge the batteries. So, thank you, Deadfool. Oh, okay. I missed it. Deadfool gifted 20 Nice Podcast Stupid memberships. Oh. I won't do the full 20 salute. Thank you, Deadfool. You are too nice. Really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the show. You're a good egg, and congratulations on being on the top 200. I think you probably should have been higher. But you are a good dog, good egg. Number 160, Deadfool number 168. I love how you put it in his name as a reminder. Everybody, you should really start thinking about putting your number in your name so everyone can remember where you are, because they can never take this away from you. This can never be taken. The number, J-Mo, you will always be a top 200 guy. Like you are. This is like being in the Hall of Fame. Like you are in the Dabbleverse first ballot Hall of Famer to be in the top 200. That's the way I look at it. And I mean,
look, I'm no Nas Redna, but I I made the list.
Well, you know what's funny? Nas Redna, I think might even been in the chat, or maybe he is in the chat now. And I congratulated Nas Redna today. I said they can never take this away from you, Nas Redna, even though nobody knows who the fuck you are. Congratulations, you made it. It doesn't matter. They don't need to know who you are. They don't.
And Dude's on there twice.
List of R.I. God, $2. List of 200 has-beens or never was. Okay,
I believe I'm in the never was category, but
there may be some truth to that. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I missed a few before. Johnny Chopsticks for $5. Dang Lizard made a list that's at 98.65% of a certain color. Room for improvement. Interesting. Yeah, not a lot of DEI hires in this list, is there?
Not a lot of diversity, no. I mean, we do got some trans, and she's also a minority. So I feel like that's a big, like Ava's
that's a twofer right there. You got a twofer with Ava.
You know,
is it Ava or Ava? I keep getting her name wrong. I'm sorry. I don't want to disrespect you if I'm getting your name wrong. I think it's Ava, so I'll keep saying.
I think it's Ava. I think that's how she says it. And to be honest with you, I don't think she really gets upset about the pronunciation. So I think it's okay.
Okay.
But I hate to speak. I don't want to speak for the trans community, but I don't believe she gets very upset about it.
Permaseal finishing 199. Permaseal, come on. Why are you being cheap on me? No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Permaseal. 199. Did you have to bring up Banana Store Mo? Thanks.
Sorry.
Oh, Banana Store.
Permaseal, I had to hear it, so did you. And yes, he did cut the tip of the banana off and jam his dick inside over and over again until he fucked it to pieces.
Not good.
I mean, I find it interesting that made you upset, but the pissing into the convection oven, that didn't cause any. And
isn't that like the Easy Bake Oven where you put the little cakes in when you're a little kid?
Yeah, but it's like a bigger version. It's like a toaster, but you can also put a pot pie in there.
Why does this guy defecate and piss into like random fucking shit? Like, what is?
I don't know. Nobody asked him about it. That was the best part. Is nobody asked him. He was like, "Oh yeah, let me just tell you about the time I pissed into a convection oven," and he said Lemmy caught him. And then he was mad because he was like, "We don't have a lot of money. Like, why are you throwing away this oven? Burn off the piss. Crank the heat up and burn off the piss." Now that's where they would put, the kids like chicken nuggies and stuff. So we can't.
Yeah, you can't be urinating where the kids are, making their French fries. That's just not gonna work.
Where their bagel bites go, bro. Like we can't have that. Lemmy can't make their quick and easy meals like that. Like when they gotta get quick snack.
And I don't think there's a lot of like cooking from scratch going on at the Lemmy granny household. I think there's a lot of frozen nuggets and fish sticks and things like that. Macaroni and cheese, hot dogs.
She seems like she has. I think they said she had several kids. I mean, that's a lot. When you got to cook for a lot, like you're getting some dino nuggets 3 times a week. What are we doing?
Does anyone know how many kids Lemmy has? Let me know in the chat if you know. Is it 3 kids? 3 kids, 3 daddies? Is that the deal?
That's actually not too bad, honestly, for Florida.
I mean, that's not bad. I mean, you could do 2 kids. 2? Chris Max is 2. Okay, so 2, and then Granny may or may not be the dad on one of them. Is that?
No, he is the dad, but they just didn't. They're just white trash.
They didn't formalize it. They didn't, go. They didn't.
I don't even understand how that happened. Was he not at the hospital? Did he not go? Because like when I had my kids, like at the hospital, we did that. Like I don't understand. Like that just simply doesn't happen unless like nobody is there. Like I don't.
Peter Sky Parker, is my audio not good tonight? I know. I've been having some issues with the audio lately.
Maybe it's mine. I got this new one. I thought I was doing so good.
I know. I need to go back to audio camp and like fix my settings or something because I don't
know anything about audio.
I think I fucked it up somehow. I don't know what I did.
Help
PSP, email me. Let me know what I need to do. Let me know if I need new wires or something.
I mean, what's the problem? Is it reverbing? Is it? Tell us. I'm sorry.
You, Dan, you sound great. You're good too, JMO. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Well, then what are we talking about here? Oh, just other people's. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
No Dak, hit the like button. Yes, no Dak, hit the like button, please. Thank you. Dan was cucked by Shmuel and his mic is punching. Yeah, so let me before we finish the list, and by the way, we're gonna have a little bonus segment after the list because we're almost done the list. we're gonna call it's a Shmuel Buckman add-on for those playing at home. So for people that are Shmuel Buckman fans, you're gonna stick around for a little bit. By the way, check out Sam Bibley's channel. He has a great new video about my history with Shmuel Buckman. I'm not gonna play it tonight, but for people that are saying, why are you and Shmuel
Gina
Buckman?
Lorena.
Gina Bobina. Is that the real Gina Bobina? Gina Bobina, another massive omission from the list.
I only see Gina Lorena when I see Gina pop in. I'm like, oh
yeah, Gina. You mean from
yeah. Big old giant tits. It's obviously Gina.
Yeah, Gina Bobina. Congratulations on being featured in the Jug World series of comic books by Karmic X and his co-collaborator.
It was a beautiful illustration, Gina.
Very tasteful illustrations in the comic book of Jug World of the lovely Gina Bobina. Dan's EQ is really muddy. Okay. All right. Yeah. I there's something going on. I gotta go back to the lab.
Right, man. Don't beat yourself up over it. You know what I mean? What can you do?
It's too tough when you don't have good audio. So we got to work on it. And Gina Bobina, congratulations on Gina Bobina announced her pregnancy this week. Gina Bobina is expecting. So congratulations, Gina.
Who is it? A Dabbleverse baby? Is a father a Dabbleverse commenter?
No, I think it's her boyfriend from Montreal. So congratulations, Gina. We're, hopefully you consider Dan as a name if it's a
J or Mo
masculine one. I never got any royalty. You never got any royalties for Gina Lorena? By the way, that's an ongoing joke. I do not know that Gina Bobina is pregnant. Gina is lovely. Gina should be on the top 200 list. I'm mad. If there was any reason to scrap this whole list, it's because Gina Bobina is not on the list.
Gina could have my spot. Easily.
Any top 200 list without Gina Bobina, I feel like it's not a legitimate list because Gina Bobina is like the ambassador of the Dabbleverse. She is a lovely person. We love Gina Bobina. So I
understand it correctly,
top 200.
If I understand it correctly, she is actually, I believe what she's doing. When you mentioned that she was pregnant, I heard that same rumor, but I believe what she's doing is she's actually doing the baby, but for Karmic and Felicia because they're both too awkward to have actual consummation.
She's going to be she's going to carry the baby.
She's going to incubate. Felicia. Yeah. She's incubating him.
Inseminate herself with Karmic X super sperm.
No, like it's just some other random guy. Like it's neither one of their DNAs in it, but they're taking the baby. They agreed to take the baby.
Interesting. All right, let's finish the list, and then I want to play some because I got to get the Shmuel Buckman video in, and I don't want to go more than 2 hours. But yes, please congratulate Gina Bobina, even though she isn't pregnant. But hopefully, hopefully somebody will try with her. And but we love Gina Bobina, so congratulate her anyway. So Little Debbie, aka Deb, my co-host, 130. Congratulations, Deb. She was in the chat. Radio Gunk, they have a show. They talk about Stern. I like them. They're good people. So congratulations, 131. Producer Chris from Who Are These Podcasts, 132. Naz Redna. No one knows who Naz Redna is. Talk to him or her on Twitter from time to time. He or she has a video channel that has actually some really good videos. Definitely someone who is a Dabbleverse. They call it long form Dabbleverse explainer. I guess maybe he's done videos or done things, but I like Naz Redna. Congratulations. They can never take it away from you. Vince the Lawyer. We know him. Mike Morse and his childbearing hips. We know him. So this is the murderer's row now that we're getting to. This is the part where I love.
Yeah, I'm about to say because there's some names that I'm waiting to see that we have not seen. Oh, Mr. Kill Everything. Look at there.
There's some big names coming up here on this list. Some real heavy hitters. So number one, so 136, Kristen Carney, the lovely, beautiful, amazing Kristen Carney. When I saw that I was a couple away from her, I'm like, I think this puts me in play for Kristen Carney. Not really. And I'm a happily married man. I'm just kidding. But if I'm on if I'm close to her on the list, then it means because when actors date, if you're like A-list and the other one's C-list, then it's going to end up in a divorce.
You're in her orbit.
If you're equivalent on this list, then maybe that means that we were in the same circles. Maybe she's certainly she's more famous than I am, but maybe I've ascended enough and she's descended enough. No offense, Kristen. This is through the prism of the YouTube Dabbleverse world, of course. And I'm half joking.
You're right there, but you're also.
But I'm within striking distance of Kristen Carney, who is gorgeous. So that's pretty cool.
And you're right above Rochi. You're beating Rochi.
Well, hold on. Stop. I gotta work through this because this is, like I said, this is the murderer's row right here.
Oh, you're
Jules
not wrong.
David, Mrs. Mike Redbar, 137, and then yours truly, Dan. So I got Kristen Carney, Mrs. Redbar, and then this guy, 136, 137, 138. I'm like right in the thick of things. Like when I saw this, I said, okay, sign me up. I don't even want to be higher on the list. I feel like I'm in the right spot. I don't want to be top 100. I don't want to be a mover and a shaker. I don't want to be on the C or the B. I want to be an F niche guy who's hanging with Mrs. Redbar, hanging with Kristen Carney, hanging with Mir Musk, hanging with Rochi and Dr. Chow. Like this is where I'm at. So this is perfect. So yeah, so Mir Musk is on there at 139, Rochi 140, and Dr. Chow 141. So this is kind of the shit stir part of the crew right here. So we're all
fucking. I'm looking at one right now, and I'm actually getting a little upset.
Oh really? Who are you getting upset at?
Not upset, but I'm just like, this is interesting that this person's on there, and I don't want to spoil it.
Well, J-Mo, you're sitting with me and I agree with you. So you know what that means.
If anybody ever brings you on and agrees with you, they're fucking with you. Shout out to Dan. Nice podcast, stupid.
That's my new favorite.
Very true.
I love playing that. If I bring you on the show and I'm agreeing, then it's because I'm fucking with you. No, J-Mo,
that was a specific person.
Who I had to actually block out their face because I didn't want it to be too obvious that I've been fucking with them. Okay, Christian Blatt, who I don't find very entertaining at all, but he does his show and he's a nice enough guy. Hope Gutierrez, we love the Hopester.
Okay,
she's at 143.
Hope is the one. Now, out of all these people, like Hope is like, I guess, like, but the fact that she's this high up is a little alarming. I mean, I guess maybe I'm being a harsh critic here because I don't even think I should be on the list, but I mean, Hope.
Yeah, Hope. It's interesting. She kind of just jumped in there. I think she kind of didn't really pay her dues on the list. She kind of got in there just because of her wackiness.
Thing she's done is be Ray's sexed up roommate. If you take this
methed out hooker roommate from New York,
dude, that one stream where she was going like. And she basically like pulling her own hair out.
Yeah, there's a lot of chicks that have issues like playing with their hair too much. I've noticed that's kind of interesting.
That was an upper she was on. That was not just normal anxiety. That she was on an upper. Hope has a huge rack. Yeah, all right. So I guess you're right. You know what, Panhandle? That's a very good point. So I guess she's right where she belongs. Her voice is atrocious.
We need more ladies with huge racks on the list. Shout out to Gina Bobina. No, just kidding. No, well, she did. She's
and Pretty Antisocial is on there, but I guess that's just the one now.
So I guess because Jackie took I don't know if they were going to be like a twofer at 148, Pretty Antisocial, but Pretty Antisocial 148, but right above Pretty Antisocial or ahead of them, I guess, on the list, one Keanu Thompson. So yours truly and Mir Musk, we've all usurped. We've all passed Keanu Thompson. So I'm so sorry, Kiki. I'm sorry, but you're going to be behind me on the list. So I'm sure that makes you red-assed. Then we've got some other luminaries like Rob Saul, Jake Hudson, the lovely Taz from Pat Dixon, April Imholt, who has kind of extricated herself from this world. She's there.
Not in it anymore. So yeah.
Softcast, which I don't know is that Soft Weekly? I don't know what Softcast is.
Yeah, I think so. That's that Soft Weekly, yeah.
Teamster Tim, who I saw in the chat. Congratulations, Teamster Tim, 154.
Congratulations, Tim. And we all thought you should be higher.
We love Tim. Tim's a good guy. Teamster Tim. Echo Pineapple, everyone's favorite British talking pineapple. And then at 156, someone who I know is very, very unhappy and coping and seething about his number. One Shmuel Buckman, number 156. Not happy whatsoever about where he fell on this list.
That's pretty good.
I'd be happy if I was him, but I think so if you're Shmuel Buckman, what you're doing right now is you're looking at everybody above you and saying, okay, First off, he's looking at Echo Pineapple, right? The first person above him, and saying, okay, I have this guy on my, I've done shows with him, but I feel like I'm a little bit higher up on the pecking order than Echo. So right off the bat, he's pissed. Then he sees Teamster Tim. Okay, Teamster Tim, I'm not so mad about, but he's not really a streamer, so he really kind of should be behind me. Then he looks at some of these other ones. Jake Hudson, he scoffs at that. It's like, oh my God, I've got Jake Hudson above me. Rob Saul, who is like his mortal enemy, is above him. Keanu, who, he probably is okay with, but he doesn't obviously have any respect for her. But what really kills him is then you get to some of these real clowns up here, myself included. Mr. Kill Everything, drunk. We love Mr. Kill, by the way, but he's Mr. Kill. Povo's Clowntown, who, okay, it's the guy on Clowntown, and he's not really known for anything other than like laughing along with people. Hope, Dr. Chow, Rochi, who fucked with him the other night, Mir Musk, Dan, Nas Red. Who the fuck's Nas Redna? He looks at Deb, although he likes Deb, so he probably is okay with that. And then the rest of them, I don't think Quadfather he might have a problem with. Like, why is Quadfather above me? He probably feels like he's above Quadfather at this point. Stancil, he probably feels.
You think Shmuel does? You think?
Oh yeah. Oh, Shmuel is so fucking up his own ass. He's so full of himself. He thinks he's like hobnobbing with Tukey, and he's like he thinks he's more classy than these other shows. Like he's like our schmoozer, and he's like old school, and he's seeing all the angles, and he's the elder statesman, and he's going to take over for Carlos Danger, and he's going to do the award shows. And Shmuel actually did an episode where he was trying to do this exact same exercise. Like he had a little fucking yellow notepad and was saying who should be in and who should be out. He was actually saying Win by Two shouldn't be in the Dabbleverse, and they shouldn't be above him. I mean, it was so fucking biased and stupid and ridiculous. And I spent an hour or two talking about it because
I remember. Yeah, I remember all that. My question for you, Dan, is how do you feel that you got edged out by Hank the Angry Dwarf, the drunken dwarf?
Well, and as Avaraza, so still you got 32 people viewing. I'm a nobody. I'm just a fucking guy fucking in his basement who turns his laptop every once in a while and tells dick jokes. That's who I am. I've got I don't think I frankly, if I wasn't on this list, I wouldn't be surprised if they said, okay, Dan, you didn't crack the 200. Okay, that would be fine. I'd be okay with that. Like, I'm not trying to be like, not trying to move up the list, but Shmuel Buckman is a ladder climber. And we all know those types. We've worked with them. We've seen them in life. Everything is playing the game, trying to move up, trying to hobnob and network. I mean, that's what life's about. I mean, and there's some people that are always doing that. And Buckman, from his entry into the Dabbleverse, has always been one of those guys. He's always ball washing, clout chasing, sticking his nose up people's asses, trying to, jerking people off. Whatever he can do, he's always trying to get in there. He's name dropping. He's kissing ass. He's saying how great people are. And what you'll notice is Shmuel is very hierarchical. So like he really in his mind, like he has numbers in his mind. So like he has his own top 200 list in his mind. And if you're below him on that list, he's going to treat you accordingly because you're not going to be able to help him. So he's going to treat you however he wants. Maybe he'll have you on his show, but only if it's going to really help Shmuel and it's convenient for him. But if you're above him on the list, oh God, Shmuel is going to bend over and give you whatever you want. I mean, he's going to, whatever he can do, because he's going to get that clout from you, whether it's a Stuttering John, whether it's a Tukey, whether it's a Carl, a Melton. He's going to kiss ass and try to get some clout from you. That's the Shmuel Buckman way.
What number was he again? What number was Shmuel? I mean, I know he's on this page. Yeah,
right? Shmuel Buckman is clocking in at 156.
156.
Right after Echo Pineapple, there's Luigi Greenberg, there's Corey Adam. Mr. Blue Sky, who was in the chat, I know he was asking, he's at 162, so congratulations.
I mean, he's coming in right behind April. I mean, come on.
Mr. Blue Sky, you're basically you're at Shmuel Buckman level. You're moving up the charts. So congratulations, Dr.
Heels.
Harley Quinn also there. Yeah. So then that's pretty much, that's the name of the game. That's pretty much the list And I think there's definitely some controversy, some omissions. I'm sure some people are happy or unhappy to be where they're at. I think for anyone on the list, you should be happy. You should be thankful that you cracked it, that you're a guy or a gal. And and J-Mo, you would agree with me, right? I mean, you're probably ecstatic to be on this list, even though you're probably lower than you might want to be.
I like I said, I didn't even consider myself on the list, so I was surprised to see myself. Oh man, I put out flyers out in my neighborhood. I'm very excited. We're very excited over here at the Mo House. We couldn't be happier. We couldn't be happier. Just to even get the consideration is an honor.
Oh my God, MBS beat FG. Yes, Mr. Blue Sky beat Felicia Gillespie. Yes. There's so many great stories about this list. There's so many great places where people that have really inflated views of themselves got taken down a couple of notches, where some really good people got elevated. So that is a very positive thing. Yes, it's a schizophrenic list. Yes, there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason. Yes, there are a lot of people that are on it that are deceased or not in the Dabbleverse. But it's what we got. We got the top 200. We know who they are. They can't take it away from us. It's set in stone. It's the first power ranking. I'm going to call it power rankings. It really is, because that's what it is. This is the power rankings of the Dabbleverse. This is where you sit in the pecking order.
You're never going to be Joe Rogan. So that's
your
just
number
not
says
happening.
who you are as a person, really. I think it's a reflection of you as a person, the qualities that you have, the value that you bring to things, where you really stand in the thick of it, and where people view you, not how you view yourself. Because a lot of us have, let's face it, people that get on YouTube, we're full of ourselves. We're narcissistic. We want to hear ourselves talk sometimes. But this list is from AI. It's from a computer. It's from an algorithm. It takes away all the emotion, the biases of the listing process out. Yeah, there's some inconsistencies. Yes, maybe the inputs into the algorithm could have been a little better. That's what we got. It's the number that we have. It's who we are. I'm 138. J-Mo, you're 176.
I'm 185 or something like that. I'm way down there, bucko.
Shmuel Buckman, you're 156. There's a lot of different, and Mr. Blue Sky, congratulations, you're Mr. 162. So it's a great story. It's a great time to be here. It's a time, now you know that you're in it. J-Mo, you're officially a guy. Like you I know you've said you fought it so hard. You're in now. You can't get out. That's the other thing too. If you're on this list, you're in it for life. This is like the mafia. Like you can't.
It is true, because now it's official. Now it's on the record. I can't get out.
Yeah,
Fuck.
like people are going to pull up this list. 5 years from now, they're going to be, remember the first annual Top 200 list? Remember the first Dabbleverse power rankings? Remember, and then you're going to be like, oh man, now I'm 150. Oh wow, I moved up 40 spots or whatever. You're going to be so excited. You're going to see, and then there's going to be some people like, oh, Shmuel dropped 10 spots. Oh, that's going to be tough. He's going to be really taking that one hard, or somebody fell off the list. There's going to be a lot of that chatter as we do more top 200 lists. RI God for $5. I had a Pew Pew live on Melton Stream in my apartment. I even got a flesh wound, but I'm not on the list. Okay. I mean, RI God, you're definitely someone, I think, that if they ran the list again, I think you might crack the 200. I think you might be in the the 190, 180 range.
You're in my top 200 in my heart. I want to say.
I mean, if you're in the chat right now, like, let's face it, if you're in my chat, then you're probably on the precipice of being top 200. Like, there's a lot of chatters on the list. The Daychwa, I see Daychwa is a top 200 person for me. Panhandler, I think you belong on the list, but just barely.
Daychwa's my mod, so she should be higher.
Blue Sky definitely belongs. RI God, I think you belong. So yeah, I mean, I think if you Peter Sky Parker, here's another, I didn't even mention him. Peter Sky Parker, I'd argue is a top 200.
Absolutely.
I really would.
He's a household name.
Peter Sky Parker is an
he makes
influential
a lot of people
name.
very upset. He makes people very, very upset.
Peter Sky Parker makes a lot of waves. He has a lot of feedback, positive and negative. I definitely always listen to his feedback. He's influential. He is a mover and a shaker. So I think he should be there. Gina Bobina, of course, most definitely Gina Bobina is a top 200. I mean, the fact that she didn't make it is sad. PSP, there's a lot of people that got DJ Electra is another one. DJ Electra should definitely be in there. I mean, if they did top 250, all of those people that I just mentioned are definitely. I mean, they're probably 201, 202. I mean, we're probably talking the next level of people. Even Noga, you probably would be in there. I see you all the time. So, congratulations to those people that made it. Good luck to the next run around. We'll see where that goes.
Next year's going to be so tight. It's going to be tight. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'll make it next year. I think I might be out. I'm very low on the list, but I'll get my shit together now. I'm going to be out.
If you're 150 and lower, when I say lower, like 150 to 200, you got to be looking over your shoulder because there's newcomers. There's the Tommy Jordan is on the scene. There's some other, there's Final Boss. He's a youngin. He's an up and comer. There's a lot of new faces. It's like the NFL, man. If you don't hit it hard in the off season, there's rookies they're going to bring in that are going to take your job if you lose a step. So you got to be looking over your shoulder. Speaking of looking over your shoulder, I do want to just play a couple of clips before you get another 20 minutes, JMO, in you.
For you, Dan, of course I do.
All right, that's what I wanted to hear. So a couple, and these are both Shmuel related clips. Ava, in fact, we got a Ava clip, I think, for you in a moment here.
If
I can find it.
Little stinker with a dinker.
I hope Ava, if she's still here, let her know. We're gonna talk about Ava, and really not so much about Ava, more about Shmuel, but she was definitely part of this. So Shmuel, Shmuel does his show. He does, I think, 3 nights a week now. I think that Mrs. Shmuel Cookie lets him do 3 shows. So he did his Tuesday night talk show with Panhandler, Ava, and Dave Sarah. And
I watched
during the show, the top 200 list actually came out, or just before the show started. So it was like hot off the presses, and Buckman, he got word of it. Somebody sent him a message to let him know. Let me see if I have the transcript, because that sometimes makes it easier to see where we're at. I don't think he does. He's one of these that does. You gotta have the transcripts, guys. Gotta make sure your show has transcripts to be able to work.
Absolutely, each time.
But okay, so he does. Okay, there's the list. So let's play it from 218. I think this is a good place.
We don't have time to review it, but I'm just gonna put up one page real quick. I think I got the right one.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter. He did a list with AI.
Yeah, he did. He did an AI list. And this is why I'm really kind of pissed that Dave is not here for this, but I have to laugh. So this is his ranking of people. There's 169 or 170 people on it. And he categorizes your rank, and his categories are mainstream household names, well-known comedy, whatever, legacy radio, cult, strong podcast, Dabbleverse core, whack pack parody, micro niche clippers.
Clippers?
Yeah. Micro niche streamers / clippers. So I don't know what the
I'm so sorry, Chris Mack.
I don't know where the list came from, right? Like I don't know how he drew it up. Like there's a lot of data in the background that I'm not aware of.
If I didn't make the list again, dang, look at you're.
Yeah, Panhandler would be great on Deadwood or one of those shows. He does look like he'd be on the Old West.
Oh yeah, with a big mouthful of chaw. Yeah.
On the list.
But here's what's really funny. As far as I know, I'm not, but I didn't see it. But I did notice.
I think you are.
I did notice that
all right, God, I couldn't agree with you more. Shmuel not only looks like the dude who's annoying in rehab, he is the dude who's annoying, or at least maybe not rehab, but AA. Like if you go to the AA meeting, like he loves to lord that over people of how he's got it all figured out. And once again, I respect people that are sober. It's not against any sobriety, but AA is not the end all be all. Okay, AA is a cult for those that don't know. They think there's only one way to quit booze, and it's the way of AA with all the steps, and you got to do it exactly the way that they do it. If it works for you, God bless. God bless. There are people that need that, and that's the only way they could do it. For the rest of us, we just cut down on our drinking and enjoy a glass of wine from time to time with dinner, and we don't feel bad about it, and we don't guilt people into sympathizing with our plight because we like to drink too much. We figure out a different way to do it. That's what normal people do. But AA works for some people. So if you need it, go for it. AA sucks. Dry drunk. Yep. Shmuel is the classic dry drunk because all his attitude is dry drunk behavior. For those that know what dry drunk is, he is a classic AA dry drunk. Just my opinion. J-Mo, I'm not speaking for you, but that's my opinion. J-Mo, how do you feel about Buckman?
I mean, he's I haven't had any issue with him. He's been helpful with me so far. I mean, he put me on his show pretty early on. I haven't had any issue. I haven't had any problem with him. He's never come at me sideways. So
Serenity now. Guys like Shmuel are why I didn't join AA when I stopped drinking. Yep. Agreed.
That Rob Saul is number 130 on this list.
Chris Mack, clean nearly 6 years now. Congratulations. That's awesome. I don't drink. I drink a lot less than I drink. I'm not 6 years sober, maybe 6 days sober, but and I guess
I
sober.
haven't drank in months. I got to start drinking again. I'm going on vacation next year, and I'm going to be hammered the first time I drink something. I don't hardly ever drink.
Yeah, you get older, and it's not. I don't feel like I got to drink every Friday night or every weekend or whatever. It's more go on a vacation, maybe go out for a special dinner with your missus or your significant other. Maybe it's a client trip or something like that. It's more selective, and so it's everybody has their own things. If you sober for 6 years, that's awesome. If it's controlled drinking and you just have one or two drinks here and there, that's good too. There's more than one way to skin the cat.
Jake Hudson, let me make sure I read that right.
Should be number.
Oh, this is where he gets really pissed.
No, I'm sorry. 140. Rochi is 140.
Wow, Rochi.
But this is crazy, right? Little Mir is 139. So Little Mir comes in at 139, Rochi at 140, and Dr. Chow at 141. So
that answers what he's mad about.
Yeah. So I wasn't when I was talking before. I wasn't kidding. Like I kind of knew the test results before I gave the examination. He was so livid when he saw that murderer's row that I referred to of all the chuckleheads that
when I saw it, I had a feeling that might be what it is because him and Mir do not like each other. Him and Chow.
And he's reading this live for the first time. Like this is like just off the presses on Twitter, and he's looking at this list. He is so
sinking in.
Pissed. So mad.
It's like it's not real, man. Like calm down.
Let's go to 50 because he starts off with just in the first part of the list, he's got Joe Rogan as number one, and Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Jimmy Kimmel, Bill Burr. So those are not in our universe. Number 50 is Bubba the Love Sponge. The first person I'm seeing.
So now, Shmuel is first off he goes through the emotions. He's angry. Mm-hmm. And he's sort of in a little bit of a denial of where he sits. So now his whole mission is, I must discredit this list. I must poke holes in this list to make the legitimacy of the list. And I mean, he's not wrong. I'll give him. I'm not going to totally fight it. There is some bullshit with the list, but he's now on a mission to I got to discredit the shit out of this list.
The first person I'm seeing that's Dabbleverse, sort of Dabbleverse related, mostly Dabbleverse. Number 52, Aaron Imholt. Shuli Egar, number 64.
I put him with Jake Hudson. Jake Hudson.
See, Ava even knows. See, Ava, you're coming to my side of the table here. You know what I'm saying. Buckman, you could pick it up when you're talking to him. He was steaming. So fucking angry. You can see the smoke just coming out of his ears right now.
Hudson should be 100 above
Oh, stop.
And these two always have to be together. 67 is Zumach, 68 is Ray DeVito.
Who's 69?
Where's Kevin Brennan? Should be number 1 above Rogan. Actually,
I didn't see Kevin's name on here, but I wasn't really looking for it. But he's got Clearwater Chat at 73.
oh my god.
And then let me just see who else is in the.
Oh, good. We got someone in the chat who can tell us more about the list. The man, the myth, the legend, Dang Lizard in the chat. I was told by Ava. Is that how you say your name, Eva? The lovely chatter, that to not trust Dang Lizard because he's British, with his euros, his €5. But Dang, this is what we got. I'm taking this list as gospel. I trust you. I don't know why I do, but I just do. I trust this fucking guy. I would trust him with my life. Dang Lizard. I mean, you came down from the mountain with these tablets, the 200 names on these tablets. I trust how you got this, but let's read how Dang Lizard came up with this. Dang Lizard for €5, I believe that's euros. Metric is the first post. It punishes if you're not recently mentioned. Generally, famous people are on it to put it into context. Names were given by AI. Okay, so those were the inputs. Metric is in the first post. It punishes if you're not recently mentioned. Generally, famous people are on it to put it into context. Names were given by AI. Okay, so Dang fed the information. And to Deg's credit, in fact, I should I don't have the if you go to Dang Lizard's Twitter, he does talk about the formulas involved. And I think he even showed Ashley there's about, how many views you get on your YouTube streams. Are they averaging over 1,000? And all these other different factors, Social Blade. So there's a method to the madness here, guys. Like, he didn't just pull these names out of a hat. I mean, Buckman the other day was just writing down on a yellow notepad anecdotally. And he's like, well, I don't think Win by 2 gets many viewers. Win by 2 gets 3 times to 4 times as many viewers as you do, Buckman, on a bad day. So yes, like, if you're in the Dabbleverse, Win by 2 is in the Dabbleverse, because he's talking about Steel Toe and Chad and all the same things. So yeah, so I put much more stock into Dang Lizard. So thank you, Dang Lizard, again. Everyone follow Dang Lizard. Retweet the list. It's gospel. It's what we're following. It's what we believe in. Let's get a little more Shmuel Buckman. And then I want to play some of Shmuel Buckman today on Husey, because he had a little bit of a run-in with our favorite paraplegic friend, Quadfather.
My co-host.
Jake Hudson is better than every single name, including Joe Rogan, that you've.
And he's got Clearwater at 73 and Aussie guy at 74, and he had Husey way down the list, but he's got
Husey.
But we don't know how it's does he go into it? Like, I just retweeted it, but I didn't really look into it. Do we know how it was calculated or how it's weighted?
So there's going to be I have to look at the formula. I just got everything. He just sent it to me as we were going live.
Congratulations. I see Cupcake Corner. Congratulations for making the list. Good job. Welcome to the top 200, sir. You're a guy. You're officially in it. They can never take it away from you. Congratulations.
The goddamn document on the screen so we can all look at it is cocksucker.
And I'm the first one. No, because I just want to give the names. And then it's tweeted out. So I just want to. But really, what I wanted to go to was again. I don't know where I am, and I saw Sarah on here.
Number 201 has just been announced. Peter Sky Parker, congratulations, number 201 on the list. The next round, Peter Sky Parker, the first pick in the next round goes to Peter Sky Parker, and I'm sure Gina Bobina, FK Mommy, some other folks, DJ Electra, some other people that we mentioned. Peter Sky Parker, Final Boss, the Tommy Jordan, maybe sliding in there. A lot of names coming up right after that.
And I think if I did this correctly, Jake Hudson is number 150.
That's not.
Rob Saul 149.
he's saying those names because those are two names that just make him just livid. That those two clowns, those two stiffs are above 10 spots above him on the list.
Eckel is 155. Oh, Shmuel Buckman is 156.
Way too high.
I'm in an F. I guess that's a micro category, or I'm a fucking failure.
Failure.
Nas Redna, congratulations on the list. Nobody knows who the fuck you are, but you made it. You're in the big time. You're in the big leagues.
You beat the shit out of me. Yeah.
Keep making videos. We don't know who you are. So you were a guy.
I'd probably go with failure.
But shockingly enough, Mr. Panhandler is on the list. Number one. But wait, number 175, Mr. Panhandler.
No, Nas, I know that, you know that, but some people don't know who you are. We're just having some fun. No offense, please. No offense taken. I like you. You're a good egg. And I do, by the way, Nas Redna, follow Nas Redna's YouTube. There's some awesome videos. There's one, it's escaping me what it was, but it's one of the best videos I've ever seen. Nas Redna is amazing video YouTube person. And next show, I'll share some of those videos, the ones that I'm thinking of. I'm retarded. It's Thursday night. I'm high on Red Bull. So next show we'll give you some dap. So I won't keep picking on you. I promise. Follow Nas Redna.
Number 176, Ashley Cummings. Number 177, the lovely Avariza.
I'm on this?
Yes, but wait, there's
Avaraza, congratulations, making the list. I know we had a little bit of a back and forth earlier. Much respect to you. Congratulations on making the list. I do like you. I like you're controversial. You're a good egg. So nothing personal. Hope you don't take it that way. It's all in good fun. Congratulations again on making the list.
There's more. Number 179, Dave Sarah.
Oh, Dave and Ava should be ahead of me for sure.
And I should be ahead of Lil Mir.
So look, he's got stuff on here like Stutjo Depot, guys that I don't even remember really being around. So but if I know dang what happened is it's got to be viewers, there's 87 different categories. He's weighted it. Yeah. I would like to, and if I can get, hopefully he'll send me an Excel spreadsheet or an Excel file on this, and then I can
all this list in this spreadsheet.
I can break it down into where people sit in the downers. But I am surprised by the list that Shuli was, I would say, low, right? Mersh, because Mersh is 53 and Shuli's 64.
Not only is he poking holes, now he's going to do his ball washing, because you got to do a little bit of poking the holes, but then also a little bit of ball washing. Got to puff up your boys, your Shulies, and downgrade your Mershes. So Buckman can't decide if he wants to just like scrap this whole list, or if he wants to really like say why his boys should be higher up on the list.
Right, but he's got Fez Watley on here, and Fez has been dead for.
Jake Hudson has inconceivably more talent than Shuli Agar.
You got to stop. You have to.
Let's be honest.
You're insane. See, now it's just like you see now you don't like.
I agree. I think I agree with that point. Let me just play that back a little bit.
File on this, and then I can.
On this list in this spreadsheet.
I can break it down into where people sit in the downers. But I am surprised by the list that Shuli was, I would say, low, right? Mersh, because Mersh is 53 and Shuli's 64. Right, but he's got Fez Watley on here, and Fez has been dead for.
Jake Hudson has inconceivably more talent than Shuli Agar.
You got to stop. You have to.
Let's be honest.
Jake of the night.
Insane.
I love that.
See, now it's just like you see now you don't like Shuli.
Wild shit lately.
I love a good hot take like that. That's
you don't like
Shuli.
Has
been saying some wild shit.
Jake
and
like
and
more interesting.
And Doozy came in at 72. So there we go. All right, guys. Plug time.
All right, so that's that. That was the coping and seething from Buckman on that. Classic. Now, I think everyone has figured out at this point. I'm having a lot of fun poking and prodding and messing with Buckman. It's giving me amusement to no end, and there's no end in sight either. I'm going to continue to do it because it's funny to me. If you'd like to know the history of me and Buckman, you can watch Sam Bibley's video today. I explained it on a previous episode. I'm not going to explain it again. Do watch Sam Bibley's channel and his video that he posted today. It's very good. It's very funny, very well executed and produced, high quality. The editing is chef's kiss, beautiful. Check out that video if you want to know the history. That being said, Buckman did a guest spot. So there's a little episode today of, so speaking of Husey, who we was just sort of kind of trying to poke and prod at a little bit. Husey had an episode today with with I popped right to the perfect spot. I didn't even mean to do that. So Husey had Bob Levy, Rochi, Quadfather, and Shmuel Buckman on his show today. It was an afternoon show. And $2 Dan, I put on the $2 Dan moniker today and had a little bit of fun with Buckman. So I just want to play a couple of these. I think I did about 4 or 5 super chats, but there's really 2 that I just want to focus on. The first one and one of the last ones. So let me play a little bit of this and just watch how Shmuel Buckman, because he knows that I'm gonna be fucking with him, or I think he probably figured it out very quickly.
Oh yeah. As soon as he's seen your name, he's like, "Oh shit."
Yep, here we go. $2 Dan in the chat.
On the Dabbleverse list made by someone. Please ask Shmuel how it feels to be number 156 ticks, because he's too lazy to say thanks because he didn't want to go into the $5 area. Shmuel, how does it feel to get into the top 150?
The key to being $2 Dan is being succinct, using abbreviations, being pithy.
You got to earn that $5.
You got 50 characters. Make them count.
You got to earn that $5 if you want it. You know.
Yeah, I gotta really have some material, but I'd rather do like, because you want to get more bang for your buck, right? Because if you do 2 $5, you only did 2 super chats. But if you did 5 $2, you got 5 bullets in the chamber right there. So if you miss with one, you got 4 more. You got ready to go. So it's about economy of scale here with the super chats.
C6 Dabbleversers.
Anybody below Joey C? Do we really matter at all?
But speaking of blow, Joey C, Eccles recording with him soon too. What a great joke!
So he deflected that one well. So kudos, Buckman. You did well. Let me see if there's some other ones. Okay, I guess we'll do all the super chats that I sent him and see what his response was. Might as well.
And then spoke to Dang. Dang was doing it. So Dang did.
Okay,
I haven't had a thanks for the $2 from Dan from Nicepodcaststupid. Can you ask Shmuel if he'll be doing DV Awards? Thanks, Shmuel.
So the background on that was Shmuel was doing his list a week or so ago, and he said, well, I might do the awards because Carlos Dangers are going to do it. So I need to create a list of who's in the Dabbleverse. So like before Dang Lizard even did his thing, Shmuel was already thinking about like putting a list together, but it was going to be the Shmuel list, not to be confused with Schindler's List. The Shmuel list and you were either in or you're out, and it was all about if Buckman liked you, if he thought that you were a guy. So like a guy like Mir and Chow, they're probably going to be on the outs or they're going to be downgraded. Whereas somebody who he's close with, like Echo Pineapple or somebody, might be elevated, even though they might be equivalent. And then somebody like Win by 2, who's like 3 times more popular or influential than Shmuel, he can kind of like blow them. Oh, I don't watch that show, and so they can't be Dabbleverse. He was like he couldn't fathom that Win by 2 would be Dabbleverse. So I was kind of playing off of that whole thing.
Will you be doing any DV Awards?
There was no intention of doing the DV Awards. I started doing kind of an inventory, and then Spoke to Dang. Dang was doing it. So Dang did the inventory. I have the spreadsheet I'm going to pull out, the Dabbleverse people, and we'll make a list there. And I think somebody else will do the DV awards. I assumed Carlos was doing them, but Carlos is out of the Dabbleverse award business.
Oh,
So
wow.
somebody can do it.
It's because he can't fit through the lobby.
So it's a problem. He said that he's having trouble typing.
So yeah, Shmuel tries to make some stupid joke later there. So then we asked him the real important, hard-hitting questions after this.
Together.
Nice one, Dan. Thanks for the dough box. Can you ask Shmuel better Rack, Ava, or Keanu? Thanks.
Well, I mean, Ava has a rack, right? Isn't that the difference?
That's a fair point.
On the top or the bottom?
I don't know about the bottom.
Ava can come in her own tits. That's the difference, though.
That's the good part.
That's a good point. I never even considered that until you said that.
Ava,
That is pretty cool. Like you come on your own tits. Like I'm gonna
Good for
come.
you, Ava. I
Come
hope
all
you're
over
doing
you.
that.
Where do you want to come? Come on my own tits.
Mhm.
Although I guess you gotta get the right angle of the dangle
Yeah.
to make that happen. Or maybe you gotta be like maybe get on one of those. What's that thing where you put yourself upside down? You ever seen those?
Oh
those
yeah, an inversion table. I have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
do
can
like an
definitely
inversion
make that
table
work.
and like jerk
Yeah.
off so it's on your tits.
I think that's probably the best way to do it if you had to guess, like to get it on your own tits. Yeah.
Okay, two more I think coming up here. Okay.
You
For
talking
me.
about sex?
I'm talking about, yes, anal.
Oh, what's that
Yeah.
like?
I don't know. Turn around.
This guy's out of his
You know
mind.
what I'm talking
It's good.
about.
Ask Shmuel.
Who knew Bob Levy was still alive? He kind of fell off the face of the earth, huh? Where's old Bob been these days? Have you been following him at all, Jay?
I haven't, only because like I tried to like peek in on that Perry Caravello character that he's aligned with now, and it's a lot. I couldn't handle it. I wasn't ready. Maybe in fresher eyes and a full heart, I could come back. But
Yeah, I'm not really feeling that. That's a little not in my wheelhouse, the Perry Caravello stuff. But hey, it pays the bills. It pays the bills.
Shmuel, if he forgives Shmuel, do you forgive Rochi for cock blocking John? What's this one?
Oh, hey, Rochi is Rochi, right? I mean, he does what he's gonna do. That's it. And yeah, of course, because Rochi got me great, and no better troll has been launched upon me. So
What's this one?
But what it is, Susie, is Shmuel accused me of stopping him going on the stream with Ashley Cummins and John when I timed him out in a YouTube chat. So that's what happened.
Right. You also, sorry, Rochi, but you did say that I told Ashley I called her a dummy, which has been proved false, and that you could apologize for, but I'm not sitting here waiting for it. So I'm good.
I mean, I could, or I could just continue saying you called her stupid.
Exactly.
Ashley just recently started following me on Twitter, and she just DM'd me and she said, ask Shmuel why did he cock block John and block him. And I was like, Jesus, Ashley. And then she showed me a picture of her cunt. It was great.
fucking Husey. Put Husey higher on the list. God damn it.
I know Husey has some good one-liners. Okay, there's
you can't
one
let him
last.
talk for too long, but he's got the one-liners like nobody else.
Actually, okay. So this is the money. This is the money one right here. So let's. So I did 5. I wanted to. Sometimes you try to save the best for last, but you don't know if it's going to play out that way. But I think it did play out this way, and I want to thank Quadfather for taking the ball and running with it on this one.
You do stuff stupid, but at least you're able to talk to him and say, this is not the way you do it at this point. Look, we all make fucking crazy shit, but it's not the way to
this
do it.
was good.
I knew.
And let me just give, since this is the last one, I just want to just give a little bit of a background on this. So there was the cock blocking thing, which he referred to before. Basically, there's a love triangle that's percolating in the Dabbleverse. It's Shmuel, Rochi, and Ashley Cummings, who was in the chat, the lovely Ashley Cummings. And it's not really a love triangle in the love.
They're all
sense
dying
of the
for
word.
Ashley's heart, but
they're
her
both
YouTube
like
heart.
They're both trying to be like night. If we think of like the castle day, you know, like Game of Thrones, like they're both these white knights that are vying for the queen's love, you know, for the attention of the queen. And so these two knights roll into town, and Rochi was first there, and he's kind of angled in, you know, close to Ashley. But Buckman was there, I think maybe even before Rochi, and had her on the show, and now he feels
Panhandler had it first. That's what I'll always say.
Okay, Panhandler at first.
Panhandler had it first.
Buckman feels it slipping away, and he thought that Ashley, you know, he was going to be her knight in shining armor, so to speak, and he feels like Rochi has cock blocked him, not only with Stuttering John interview, but the love and the admiration of Ashley herself
From another continent. That sucks.
From a whole nother continent. So Buckman feels like a jilted lover. So let's hear what he has to say for this one.
Granny was a cunt when Dave Sarah, who's not here, which I'm not worried about because he's Armenian. He's probably out stealing something. You know what they are. And Granny was on BYB. That's your show, Quad. Remember?
Yep.
Good stuff. Good chemistry back and forth. And shockingly, and you're going to be stunned to hear this news, but on this particular episode of BYB, now seriously hang in for this news, Granny wasn't being funny. And it was so weird. Like, he was telling jokes that were bombing. And Dave pointed this out, you know, because he's Armenian. And of course, Granny's response to that was to make fun of Dave's two parents for being ill and having a mentally ill brother. And I just thought, you really are a fucking Owen Wilson ugly cunt.
Yeah, there was a lot of Granny Lemmy talk. There's been a lot of Granny Lemmy talk on Husey the last couple of episodes, which I mean, the talk of the town. There's a lot of there's a lot of meat on that bone. So
I love a white trash love story. I love a white trash breakup. I love a white trash anything. I'm here for it. And when you dash Florida in there, buddy, I can't get enough. Did I not tell you the convection oven story that happened?
Yes,
you're not going to hear this.
Yeah, there was some urination in a convection oven. There was
that was the lead-in. That was the lead-in to Panhandler coming onto the show. Oh, actually, no. The lead-in to Panhandler coming onto the show was him pissing on mic into something. He was off camera, but you could hear him pissing into something, and then he brought Panhandler.
Jesus Christ. Chris Mack.
He took a horse piss, right?
Oh my God. Chris Mack, thank you so much for pointing this out. I did tweet about this today. I did hear about this. Mike Greenwell, who was actually one of my favorite baseball players growing up, a all-star from the Boston Red Sox in the late 80s, early 90s. Probably one of the most underrated baseball players of that era. Passed away today at the age of, I believe, 62. I didn't know how he died. Thyroid cancer. That makes sense. I figured, yeah, that'll do it. So he probably has the same kind of
anything goes into your thyroids. It's not good. Yeah, it's not good.
Anytime the thyroids are impacted. So very sad. I do have a little bit of a clip that I want to play. Hopefully MLB doesn't strike me down. But after we finish this clip in like 2 minutes, I'm going to just play that Mike Greenwell before we head out. Because there was a famous game that I was at and somebody tweeted about it today. And actually, it was funny. I had not the closest with my family, let's put it that way. But my dad actually tweeted me or texted me today about Mike Greenwell. And he's like, hey, remember when we went to this game? There was a famous game that we saw Mike Greenwell at. And it was a nice memory. Very sad that he passed away, but it was a nice kind of memory of a childhood memory that I had at Fenway Park with Mike Greenwell. So I'll actually play that clip before we wrap up. So thank you, Chris, for actually pointing that out. That's awesome.
Thank you, Chris.
To go that far as a response because you're not funny.
Well, to start off there, it's like kind of tough, kind of rough. You know what I mean? You can ease into that way down the line, but Yeah, it's a little rough to start off with. So you don't like Granny?
I love him.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I think he's jealous because he's been in a tunnel that he wants to be in. So
yeah.
Is that the problem, Husey? You're
the
jealous.
Eurotunnel. I've been in London a couple of times. What are you talking about?
Belly cunt, according to Granny.
Jesus. Hang on. Do you mean this one?
Mike Hunt smells.
That's my good friend, wrestling legend Conan. No, well, why would I get fucking jealous of that? Lemmy sent me photographs of her in this multiple times at Christmas time, and it was wonderful. The greatest opening I've seen since Avatar 2. Thank you very much. A wonderful, magical land that I want to shove my dick in. I'm not joking at all. Thanks for the toolbox from Dan from Nice Podcast Stupid. Shmuel and Rochi, who do you think actually likes more? In fact, you know what? We'll start with Quad on that one. Who do you think actually likes more? I'm not asking the fucking question, cunt.
Quad. This might be one of the best Quad moments that I can remember in the last. I mean, Quad's a funny guy. I like Quad, but he really hit this one out of the
Quad
park.
is like me too. He can't fix his stupid face because that's the only thing he can move. So when he's pissed, you can see it on his face. Like he doesn't hide it at all.
Yeah, and when he's got a shit-eating grin too, he doesn't hide it very good either.
Yeah, because he's like all face. He's all face. He's got no other movements. So
and he starts leaning in. He leans in with the shit-eating grin. You know something good's coming.
More.
She loves Rochi. Yeah, she loves Rochi. Nobody likes Shmuel.
Really?
Especially Ashley. And whatever. Like, that's the whole thing, Shmuel, dude. Like, what would you have added to Stuttering John and Ashley? You would have absolutely, like, ruined. It was funny, like, those two together. It was a good show. You would have sucked, like usual, and you would have ruined that show. So, what Rochi did was great. It was perfect. I'm so glad you didn't go on there and ruin it. So
you should be a confident coach. You're very good at this, Quad. You're building up confidence. I'm
serious, dude. Like, what would Shmuel? Seriously, what would you have fucking added to that show? Nothing, right? You would have asked like 10 stupid questions and ignored them. Like what?
Look at how uncomfortable Buckman is. He was uncomfortable this whole episode. You could tell
he froze up, which is the worst thing you can do is sit in silence because that lets the other person win. You cannot sit in silence. You have to say something.
Yeah, you gotta have something ready to go. You gotta have the silent treatment. That's not a winning move in this one.
What? Explain what great addition you would have made to that show. I would love to hear that.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Oh shit.
Yeah, well, you don't have nothing to say for a reason, obviously. Yeah, got him.
Bob,
there it is, folks. There it is. Plain as day. You thought.
I got a little uncomfortable for a second.
Is your hemorrhoids coming back?
I couldn't be more comfortable, Bob.
I know.
Yeah, you're in a chair. But
son of a bitch.
Yeah. But Bob, just from first impressions, and I don't mean that Rodney Dangerfield calmed down. Hey, what do you think of me? That's hilarious. From first impressions, if you were Ashley Cummins, and we all wish that you were, who do you think you would like more between Shmuel and the lovely Rochi?
I don't know. It's hard. They both have their charm. You know what I mean? Like Rochi, anybody that can get Joey C screaming at him, at everybody that came into the chat all the time thinking it's a cocksucker Rochi. But Shmuel, I always get a kick out of. I really do. I love him.
Levy's a good guy. He's trying to he's almost giving Buckman a little bit of a life.
Honestly, from 200 yards away without my glasses, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between Bob Levy and Shmuel Buckman.
Yeah, they both have a very similar structure.
It's like scary. Like, you know, if I seen him in an alley, I'd say
old Jew bodies
up to my hiney, you know, but like he's very nice. He's quiet, but then he can lose it. at any moment. So I like that too. So I'd probably fuck them both.
Yeah, but which one first?
Yeah, I'd have to go with Shmuel first because
I did like that he played it up to get like he didn't totally he had a he had a punchline that which I think Felicia Gillespie could learn from. It's like if you're gonna tell a story and do a thing, you gotta have a punchline at the end.
No, dude, she's
like,
been doing it for like 17 years. She knows
Rochi
what's
would
up.
be like, it'd be too much. It'll be a lot of work, like rolling around on him. Like he's kind of like he's like a fucking waterbed himself. So,
But what about and then we go to the bloody blokes themselves. Air ouch. See, what? Oh fuck. In fact, we've got a special guest here, guys, and he will answer the question.
there he is.
It's only Dave. I'm on time, Sarah.
Bob, what?
Dave. Yeah, and you're muted. Great. Dave, tell us one of your funny jokes.
Hey, Israel, more like is fake.
Wow.
This guy's fucking crazy.
There you go.
I thought we were starting at, I thought we were starting at 12 PST. My bad.
Huh?
That's close enough.
Yeah.
I thought we were starting at 12 my time, but I guess I was wrong. Hi. Sorry to interrupt.
What's up, brother?
Well, we just asked a lovely question there by somebody. It was
Dave and we'll end it on Dave, but Dave comes in late, just kind of cold, and he doesn't stay very long. And he has microphone issues, but he comes on just long enough to put a little dig in. So this is a good ending to it all, and then we'll wrap up, and then I'll show my Mike Greenwell thing, and then we'll do our plugs, and we'll get the fuck out of here.
By Dan from Nice Podcast Stupid. Who do you think the lovely Ashley Cummins likes more, Shmuel or Rochi? Armenian.
Ooh, she likes Rochi more.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Nah, she likes Rochi more. Even though I've warned her many times about her and Rochi, she does not heed my advice. How's it going?
And that
Rochi?
comes from Shmuel ball washer, Dave Sarah.
Yeah. I'm his
That's
producer.
Care of you, dude.
I get 10 points on his podcast.
Yeah, but what's not to like about Shmuel apart from his podcast and his jokes?
His eyes, his demeanor,
clothes,
the fact that he lies all the time. What else?
Got a lot going for him. I like him. I like that kid.
Come on, Dave. You got a longer list than that.
Tell me a Shmuel lie.
Longer. I hardly knew her.
Fucking crazy. We're having a good time. The six of us here.
All right, we'll wrap it. That was the apex of it. Oh my god, they just fucking poor Buckman. He got it even from his own co-host. Gave him shit.
The problem is like he immediately froze up, and you can't like go and freeze up like that when you're under attack, especially when you know it's gonna be clip material. It's gonna come off as you lost. It's problematic.
It's almost you almost make it worse. You almost should have just like having a bad quick response is better than just sitting there and stewing and glitching out.
Yeah,
it makes it
looks
more
worse.
uncomfortable and embarrassing.
And Quad's just sitting there getting it off, and you know what I mean? And Buckman, and he's all, so? And then Buckman's just sitting there. And you're like, oh, no, that ain't good.
All right, so last thing. R.I.P. Mike Greenwell, the Gator. I don't know if he was Rookie of the Year, but he was a fast riser in majors. He had a long career, but he was really hot for a couple of years. He was, I think, runner-up MVP one year. I think he lost to like Jose Canseco or somebody, but he had an amazing year. I went to there's two baseball games I remember as a child. One was this game, which I'll show you in a second. The other one was Mike Greenwell, and he hit an inside the park home run, and that was like super memorable. Oh my God, it went kind of one of the little corners of Fenway Park, and he ran the bases, and he did that. This game was magical. I was in right field, sitting in the right field box, which if you've ever been to Fenway or the old Fenway, the seats don't even face the field. So you almost have to turn 90 degrees to watch the game. It was one of the most uncomfortable things to watch. It's like an 11-year-old. It's 1988. Yeah. And this
Damn,
was
Dan. You're old
this
as fuck,
was
Dan.
I know I'm an old fuck, man. I shouldn't.
I'm
Yeah,
just
maybe I
kidding. I'm
shouldn't
just
give away the
fucking with
years.
you. I'm just fucking with you. Don't worry about it.
But
Don't you
Mike
worry about it.
Greenwell had a night to remember. So this clip post came up on Twitter today. So I'm going to play this.
Jose Bautista retired the Red Sox in order in the first, so he'll take a look at Mike Greenwell, Ellis Burks, and Jim Rice in the second inning. A drive to deep right field. Back goes Ursulak, and this is gone.
Like I said, I was in right field. I was like, oh shit. So, the ball kind of, flew right over. So I was like, yeah, home run. So you're thinking like, that's like that right alone is awesome, right? To start off early in the game.
Season, a career high, and it's now 2-1 Orioles. Canseco beginning play today with 115. That's hit hard down the line into the corner, and it'll bounce out of play for a ground rule double.
Yeah, went in the stands about 100 feet above from where I was sitting. So I was like, okay, double. That's awesome. All right, he's fucking having a great game. This is great.
But Greenwell working on a cycle with a home run and a double in 2 at-bats. Catch Alligators. So he bagged a couple of good ones during the winter. High fly ball in the left center field. Larry Sheets is back, having trouble with it, and can't make the catch. Greenwell never stopped running. He's on his way to third, and the throw is not in time.
So he gets the most important, the hardest hit to get, the triple. Although it probably, they got a little home cooking with the scoring. Might have been an error and some other, if they were the away team, that might have been an error, but they gave him the triple on that. No error awarded. So Mike Greenwell has started off the game with a home run. He hit a double, and then he hit a triple, which means that all you need to get is a single to hit for the cycle, which is, it's kind of a quirky thing, but it's very rare. It's super rare. I think it's definitely more rare than a no-hitter and maybe less rare than a perfect game. I think it's almost kind of along the same lines of like a perfect game in terms of rarity. So yeah, Gator. So all you got to do is come up and hit a single.
Now this will be an interesting score.
Hurt his ass.
Because Greenwell, if they give him a triple, has a pretty good leg up on hitting for the cycle. He had a home run and a double in his first 2 at-bats, and they're going to give him a 3-base hit, and the ball misjudged by Sheets.
There was no question in my mind they were going to give him a triple. Doubled down the right field line in the 4th and tripled on a high fly ball lost by Sheets. Left center. Drive toward right.
The right field, baby.
For the cycle.
Pops it in there for the cycle.
It's a hard thing to get.
And it was landed right, almost right in front of me. It was like the one place that I didn't even have to really turn for it. I saw it drop. And a cycle for Mike Greenwell. Back before you got the internet and all that stuff.
He broke his bat on it, too.
Obviously, 1988, didn't have that.
The 80s were a time, weren't they, Dan? Weren't they?
Yes. But that was, baseball, that was a time when before a lot of these others, before basketball was popular in the 80s. I shouldn't say that, but
yeah,
baseball was still, one of the, maybe the number one, if not the number 2 sport in the country. And so a lot of great memories at Fenway Park, great memory at that game with my father. So it was fun to recollect that today. Once again, sad to lose Gator. He's a great player, but he was had great memories and
a beautiful memory between a boy and his father.
Yeah, exactly. And then now you got to worry about adult things, and it's not as fun and all that stuff. And baseball sucks now. Baseball's not as fun. So,
no, we
all
need
right,
to bring
JMO.
back a steroid. That's what we need is a steroid.
We need the roids. We got to get the roids back. Absolutely.
They were actually, I think, for real, no bullshit. I think Saudi Arabia was actually talking about putting together leagues where they were going to let people have like performance enhancing drugs and shit. Like they were like, yeah, you can come do it over here. Like, you go get like some retired guys from like, from a couple years back and go bring them in and let them juice up, let them get that spark back.
That'll be awesome. 2 final comments. Chris Mack, you remember when Valentin pulled off an unassisted triple play? Yes, I do remember that. That was fucking awesome. Joey C ruined baseball. And Mitch, yes, I agree. Joey C as a what was he in the clubhouse guy, the clubhouse jock cleaner? Yes, he ruined baseball in the Texas organization. J-Mo, plugs. What do you got?